stream!
Starting. You're streaming.
Woo! Hello, dorks. Welcome. It's Wednesday night, and that means you're watching Dork Tales here on Living Room Studios. Or at Living Room Studios, I suppose. I am Kelly. I'm the Dungeon Master of Dork Tales. And I'm going to turn down the gain because that's going to kill all of you. All right. There we go. Welcome back. So, this is generic fantasy setting number 17735. And if you haven't tuned into our previous games, most of them are available on YouTube. Some of them are available on Twitch. And I encourage you to go back and watch them all. Oh, yes! All right, so a couple of things before we jump in. I'm going to give you a really quick backlog of the world, which, if you're listening to this on podcast later, I will cut in with the actual storied intro. Long story short, on the subcontinent of Thestral, down at the very bottom, there was a town called Mog, where a young girl who was from a family of gem keepers and gem miners and gem fashioners was convinced by a local band of adventurers, they presented themselves as. Peer pressure to go inside of an ancient ruin and help them find some treasure. She led them in there, and they found a statue of the earth and chthonic goddess Nyrn, and stole the third eye from the statue's forehead, this glowing purple gem that exploded. And when the girl, Marisol, woke up, she had been transformed into a tiefling, one of the cursed races of the world. From there, she traveled north and encountered two compatriots, Tia Armstrong, the half-orc mercenary turned druid, and Malia Sunsworn, a dwarf of the sky goddess Vela, Nyrn's twin sister. From there, they traveled further north, encountering Jassin, or Jassin, the depending on how Scandinavian you're feeling today, the wood elf monk from Mount Arepo. Further on, they traveled, did a bunch of cool stuff, and Jassin was swept away to complete his monk training, or to further it, as he was swept up by a giant eagle, because as we know, giant eagles are the fantasy world equivalent of Uber, or Lyft, if that's your zone.
There's a one called Lyft?
Yeah, with a Y.
And it is better than Uber.
Not sponsored. Sponsor us. I will shill. I think... then they came across a half-elf, a royal, from the southern continent of Avakara, who was on a mission to reclaim his honor and his grandmother or grandfather? Grandmother's dragon slaying blade that had been broken off in the belly of a dragon. Of which color was that? Or do you not know?
I think it was a red dragon.
You think it was a red dragon? Oh God! Let's see. Let's hope it wasn't a red dragon.
I think it was a red dragon.
Okay. Good luck. They're the biggins.
Yeah.
All right. So, and they proceeded to travel further north, traveling through a number of caverns through this giant mountain range. At which point, under the dome of Count Mount Doom von Doom,
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was right, because his name was Count Mountain Doom. They found, encased in amber, a draconic humanoid girl named Fera, who turns out to actually be a dragon in humanoid form.
Yes.
And as they continued to travel further north, they came upon a cleft that divided their subcontinent from the main continent, a geographical feature called the Earth Scar that was created when the Titan of Rage, Yominger, fought the god of oath and battle, Arcaris, and Gren, the dwarven god of merchants and war. This cleft goes about 1.5 miles into the ground and basically bisects the continent into two. This little, 1/4 area, and then the main continent, which they're all traveling to, in hopes of returning Marisol to her human form and reuniting these shards of Nyrn. Hey, he said the title, everybody drink. All right. Upon this, now, recent history, they came across one of the ancient bridges. This one, the lowest, which Cleon the Elder proclaimed, Dogrun Bridge of the ancient bridges of the world. Dogrun Bridge is the third. And I'm going to say it until it's funny, because it's always funny to me.
It is funny.
You're funny.
Oh, thanks, babe.
It's no problem, honey.
This week it's you.
Yeah, I had a couple jokes, what am I going to say? Further on, basically, Dogrun Bridge, it's the main way to the mainland, and is closed by a magical border that bisects the bridge. and the players have been brought into a bunch of political turmoil, which the 10-second version is. The Jarl doesn't want to let these guys called the Claywinds cross the bridge with an army. So the Claywinds might have encouraged a group of halfling workers to stage an uprising. And there's a bunch of trouble happening. The players are just reuniting this session after being apart for one game and learning various things about different factions in the city. So I strongly suggest you go back and watch those videos. They're hilarious. We had some guest NPCs and it was a lot of fun. Besides that, the only question I have before we start is chat. If I'm quiet, do you hear the fan? Because it's like, the technical term is balls hot in here. So just let me know. Everyone be quiet. Do you hear anything? Besides,
Nope.
Who do
good
we
nap.
Thanks,
All right.
Blog.
Yuku.
Thanks, Blog. You
Oh,
were a good
thanks,
NPC.
Blog.
Who do we have so far? Blog.
Plug.
All right.
No.
Okay. Nope, you're not cool.
Apparently.
I have something that says Much Young. Much Yum and Monk Medallion.
Oh, these are mine.
Are they? Much Yum? Here you go.
Much young and
All right,
much
does anybody
down.
need index cards?
It means
I'll take
something
one.
to me, sort of.
Or
I'll take something.
All right.
Do we have
That
the
works.
inspiration points?
Okay, so I've got some good ones and some bad ones. I'm going to go, what?
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
got
go-
this. I don't know where this came from.
What? Oh, I just threw it at you.
Oh, well, fine.
Whoop. All right, so those are your inspiration for the night. And we are going to jump right into play because it is fun. At least I hope so. And then we're going to try to focus on game and not so much with the chat except on breaks.
Yep.
So if there's anything wrong with the audio, we've been having some issues with this microphone recently. Well, we've been having issues with its brother. But please let me know.
Wait, because you got two of those ones, right?
I do, but one of them doesn't work.
Oh, you've had them for a while, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, could it possibly be that it's one of the Yetis that we, kicked the shit out of?
When did we kick the shit out of Yeti?
When Charlie knocked it off the table.
Oh, right.
I was thinking
in game,
We were
in
there
the
for
mountains.
it. Yeah, I was like, wait, what are we referring to here specifically?
In
Kicking
the
a
mountains?
Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when we killed a bunch of Yetis
Yeah, we did
in the
kill a
mountains
bunch of Yetis.
as characters
Yeah.
in game.
It happened.
Yes.
Okay.
That was also
now
Winter.
I get the pun.
Here, sign and get Amy to sign that.
You need to sign it, and then I'm a witness. We need a pen.
It's for your soul.
Don't sign anything until I read it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fair. Just do it before you leave tonight.
What if I don't wish to be photographed or recorded?
Then you're in the wrong place.
Too late.
What? This is live on video.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
With nudes.
What's been happening this whole time? I'm just being facetious.
I thought this was a book club.
Send newts.
The
Nude.
Well, I mean, Winter's eating noodles right now.
nudes.
Nudes.
That's a different
Requesting
type of nude.
nudes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no. It's gonna be one of those games.
It's gonna be one of those
It's always
games.
one of those games when I'm there.
Yeah.
Even when you're not.
Right?
Yeah, even when you're not.
Lies.
No, your aura covers through or shines through.
Boing. Did you just mess up my hair? No, a little bit.
And let's go ahead and begin right now. The Penderglass Hotel, there at the top of Dogrun Bridge's south portion, is lit by green flame, refracted through beautiful candelabras and chandeliers. After a hard day's work doing what, well, the three of you are doing, which we'll probably get into shortly, you trudge through the entrance of the hotel, the door swinging open as you approach as a half-orc dressed in finery holds the door back. Good evening, sirs. Ma'am.
Evening. Hello.
Hi.
Fresh towel? And he'll hand you a steamed towel out of a bucket that is steaming with a brazier underneath.
Oh,
That'd be lovely.
amazing.
And he'll tong it over to you.
I'll start toweling off. Basically, all the parts where the booze was.
Booze and blood. Yeah. All right.
I'm wearing a towel around my neck. It is toasty. I am happy.
Hey guys, I got a cake.
Have a fantastic evening, sirs and ma'am.
Thank you.
You too.
And with that, you approach the elevator, and another half-orc there, the same one from before, the big, burly one with the giant boulder shoulders, nods to you and starts turning the elevator crank that takes you up to your floor. Meanwhile, inside of the room, the two of you are waiting for that sound, that ding, that announces the elevator coming home to the penthouse.
Uh-oh. Are we in trouble?
What have you been doing? What traps have you been setting?
Well, I was keeping tabs on where they were by, because I cast Locate Object on the friendship bracelet that I gave.
That's
Jassin.
true. So you know that
So
they're
I know
coming
where
up.
they are.
Oh, yeah,
You-
your marriage bracelet.
You detect them as they're coming in the front door.
Yeah. Because it goes to like, it's like a stupid range. It's like 1,000 meters.
The
or
battle
something.
music accidentally started there. I don't want to spoil any surprises.
Surprise!
Shopping music.
Uh-oh.
Let's locate object. Where is it?
Requesting newts.
Requesting newts.
Newt, newt.
Newt, newt.
Newt, newt, spaghettios.
I don't know how effective Fera can be. I can't find her
Yeah.
D4.
So what?
Forgotten.
What?
I don't
Where
think
did
we
we
actually talked about
leave off? Like, what did
How
we
much was that
accomplish
roll
last
valued
time?
It was the jailbreak.
Oh,
For like my
Yeah,
records.
and it was
It's
really
400.
easy.
400?
It was super easy.
Barely
Barely an
inconvenience.
inconvenience.
Barely an inconvenience.
I would run a game for the guy from Screen Rants, and if he ever watches this, I will run a game for you over Skype.
Oh,
We can be friends. And then we can
They're
kiss a
good.
little.
He's
What?
It'd be barely an inconvenience.
He's cute!
I love him. He's got such like charismatic this character.
Yes.
Alright, we don't have to kiss him.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, so locate object goes for 1,000 feet from me.
So you'll feel them when they enter the hotel.
Go in. They're almost here.
And as the elevator prepares its way up, what do the two of you do?
What do we want to say? What are we going to ask them? What did they do?
Yeah. So, why'd you hit up a guard shack?
I mean, that's a good place to start. Why'd they do a prison break?
But how do you know that was us?
You'll find out!
But,
Why did you hurt all the guards I just finished healing?
our paladin friend, he's not with us, right?
He's not.
He's not. Okay.
No, he stayed behind
And
it.
you wrote
And
his
what are
name
we
down,
gonna
right?
say? Yes, I think it's
Did these events happen simultaneously?
I think we're gonna get in trouble.
Kadim.
Kadim?
Kadim. Yeah. And I don't know.
Accuse and let them dig a hole?
That sounds fair. That sounds great.
Ding! And the doors will open, and you'll see. And how beaten up are you guys? What are your hit points looking like at the moment?
I'm down 10.
I didn't get hit.
Nice.
I am also down 10.
All
I
right.
forgot that you were
But
with us.
you will see a Jassin with a towel for a head because he's scrubbing himself.
Xeno just has a towel around his shoulders.
What, for the love of Vela, did you do?
Please enlighten us. We've heard some really interesting things have been happening in the town in the last few hours while we were digging out the sewers.
Yeah, that's true.
He'll probably lift the towel and be like, "Oh, hello."
Are we going to be banned from another city?
Oh, we're not going to be.
Maybe
We
by
were with the guard
association.
captain.
Yep.
It was on the to-do list.
Stage a prison break?
I don't recall the Jarl ever asking us to do that.
Kill a bunch of people? Or, attack a bunch of people?
No,
I mean, there was at least one person
and he'll
that killed.
politely fold up the towel as he's walking over to the laundry chute. No, I.
Make me a perception roll, please.
Sure. Just be like, oh no, roll initiative.
23.
You'll hear about halfway down the chute.
Did any of us hear that?
No, because he's right next to it.
Okay.
Actually, if you want to, you can make me a perception roll, but I'm looking above a 20.
I probably won't get it, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Nat 20.
Just because I like rolling the clicky clack.
26.
You'll also hear.
Nope.
Perception.
Yep.
Let's say 23.
Okay, then you also hear.
Did you bring a friend?
So it'll literally be like a.
Oh no.
And then he'll stick his head into the chute.
You can see with your dark vision, there is a gnome hiding in the chute with a one of those funnel cone ears.
No.
Jassin, you can't put yourself down to shoot.
Hello. What you doing?
Is there someone there?
Yes, there's a gnome.
Were you
Oh.
expecting them?
No.
He smiles up at you through his bushy, like, wiry beard.
So we have a guest.
My apologies, wrong floor. Oh, excuse me, this isn't my room. And he'll start climbing down.
Are you near me, Zeno?
Yeah.
He's gonna reach out and try to grab your towel.
Just
And then he'll scrunch it in a ball. I'm just gonna like hurl the steam towel down at the gnome.
Alright, I'm gonna make a dex save. And I rolled pretty well, so the gnome will actually duck out of the way.
But do you grab him?
I think he's too far
I
down.
think he's-
That's rude, dickhead!
I'm assuming he's too far down.
No, he's too far to reach. He's about 10 feet down.
Any levitation spells?
You could drop a vase on him or something like that. You do have, like, this is a hotel room. There's lots of stuff here. The only thing that you don't see is a TV or radio.
yeah. Well, I mean.
Wonder why.
I mean,
I don't want to break any of the hotel
can
stuff.
I cast Entangle to keep him from fleeing?
Sure. Yeah. Do you
So
head
we
over to the chute?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to.
Alright, what's my save for that?
It is.
Is it 14?
It's a strength check against my spell save DC,
Strength. Okay,
which
is
is
it 12?
my spell save
Should
DC
be above 12.
is yeah, it's 14.
So your druid walks over, calls down nature's might, and from the thin tin sides of this, you'll hear the sound of almost like shaking a can full of tin shot as dozens of barbs will stick out and catch him from the tin, perforating the sides.
How?
How do we get him out now?
Well, at least he's not leaving.
Well, that's
We
true.
figured that out after. Can you? What are you doing here?
What?
Why are you here?
Eavesdropping, obviously.
Probably. But is he? Who sent you?
They are.
We don't know that.
Actually, I think.
We don't know that. Let him speak for himself.
You know what? I'll go find the bottom of this and I'm gonna start a fire. Maybe he'll speak.
No! Go off and cut him off. Fine.
You know, that's
Give me a few
actually
minutes.
a
Give me an
really
intimidation
good
roll.
idea.
Yes.
And I'm gonna like outside of the vent because you can't.
You
see
can
out
make
of
me
it.
this with
I'm gonna,
with
winky
advantage.
winky.
I got an 18 plus 4 anyways.
Roll with advantage. You might get a 20.
Nope.
Okay. I'll talk. Let me out, please. I don't want to roast.
Oh, too bad. It sounded delicious.
Can you still head down to a lower level just to cut him off in case?
Mm-hmm.
Thank
I
you.
will.
And then I'll end the spell.
I'll give you about 5 minutes before I start any fires.
All right. So he will grab onto the side, clinging to what looks like notches that have been cut in with his little tiny stubby fingers.
I will reach down and offer to try and help hoist him out.
Maybe a broomstick.
No.
He'll climb up. His clothes are shredded along the arms and sleeves.
I don't leave. I was just...
All right. Cool.
Just make it sound like you do.
Yeah, maybe close the door.
He'll climb up. He's wearing a dark, like almost black but green outfit, the kind that blends into the night very, very well.
Does he struggle when I try and hoist him out? Block fire a little bit?
A little bit, just mostly kind of like a dog when you pick it up.
Yeah, I like that. Like, put him down.
I close the laundry chute.
Hi, how's it going? Here just delivering a song and a dance.
No. Who are you? Who sent you?
Telegram?
What's your name?
I will pull the hammer off
My name is Telegram.
How big is he?
He's a gnome. He's about this big.
I'm gonna walk
Right
over
up.
his
My
face.
hammer is the same
I'm
size
still
as my
I'm like
body.
holding.
Oh, you're holding. I thought you put him down.
I'm about to put him down, but I'm still kind of like.
And I'm just leaning against the door so he can't get out that way.
I'm just here, and as he's stuttering and stammering, can I just give you, all of you make me an investigation roll real quick? Because I'm assuming you're giving him the once-over.
Oh! I
What'd
rolled
you-
a 1.
You rolled a 1?
That's a 2.
16.
That's solidly a 2.
I'm solidly at a 7.
10.
10?
18.
All right. Both of you, you from recent reasons, I'm pretty sure, and you from historic reasons, will see that as he's struggling around, he's a wiry little man. Like, to describe him, he kind of looks like a gnomish version of Steve Buscemi. Like very large eyes, looking like he hasn't slept in several days. Very, very wiry, very twitchy, and a large mouth with that's buried behind a giant wiry beard that more or less looks like a giant cotton ball glued to his face. The kind of grayish black. As he's moving around, his shirt sleeve is going to arc up a bit, and both of you are going to see a tattoo brand, or well, a tattoo on the side of his right wrist, on the inner meat of a black spider in a web.
I would walk over and like pull him up from the wrist and be like, hey guys, check this out.
You will both recognize that exactly for what it is, the Black Spiders Guild. And upon being shown, if you know what the hell that is in character, you now recognize it.
Okay.
That was the thieves in the city, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Be here.
we've seen these guys before.
And we've
Well,
learned
we
more
have.
about them.
Look, I ain't need to tell nobody about nothing if you don't want me to. You don't even have to buy me off for much.
What do the black spiders have to do with us?
Don't make me shake you.
Look, y'all are really, like, up-and-comers. You're doing stuff. You're making waves. Just seeing whether or not there was anything juicy. I didn't hear anything, though. I didn't record it.
Huh.
I didn't.
See, you saying that makes me think
Nope.
maybe you did. Prove it.
Ah!
You're like shaking his arm while I'm holding him.
Look, I can, gotta stop shaking me. Stop.
Okay. If he looks like he's about to be sick, I'm gonna like.
He looks like he's about to be sick.
Stop! I don't want this.
Nat 20 on my con save, though, so I don't throw up.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good. My name's Bard. I'm an Elm.
You're what?
Your
My name's Elm. I'm a Bard. And
Elm?
he's gonna fall on his ass.
Okay, yeah, I'll drop him.
It looks
Alright.
like a toddler dropping on its diaper. Just thoof.
Guys, maybe give him a chance to talk. You're pretty rough with him.
An assassin.
I'm gonna reach into Zero's
I'm not
bag
an
He's
assassin.
and I'm
out
gonna
with
pull
them.
out one of the flasks of whiskey and be like, "Here, why don't you drink some of this?"
He passes out. Can't get anything from him.
It's only a flask.
He's a gnome.
Look how small he is.
I don't know what gnomes' constitutions are like.
He's an 8th your size.
That's fair.
That was almost a full drink. Thank you.
So are you gonna tell us what your business is with us?
I heard that there was some information to be gained. So I thought I'd visit you.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't use the door like a normal person?
Well, I didn't want to meet you. I just wanted to meet your information.
And who did you hear this from?
Who sent you?
No one. I'm a freelancer.
And who did you hear this information from?
That you're staying for free in the Jarl's penthouse suite and doing various tasks around the city, like not robbing jailhouses and solving sewer problems.
So you don't know anything.
No, I don't know anything.
Except what you just overheard from the last few minutes.
Yeah, that's all.
Right. So you said you didn't hear anything. You lied.
That's pretty good. Well, I could hear a tiny bit, but nothing major.
Yeah, I don't trust a word you say.
Well, that's probably fair.
But anyway, I'm gonna ask you questions anyway.
Sure, I'll answer any question that you have.
Honestly?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something we can help with this?
Like what?
No.
Any truth spells or anything like that?
Not declare it.
Hmm.
And get together a pit roast.
I'm like,
well, I mean, you know, if we don't think you're telling the truth, we could just take a limb off one by one.
Ah,
And plus,
Make
he'll
me
be,
an intimidation roll.
plus he'll be whiskey smoked now.
You?
14.
I'll give you
I'm
advantage
gonna
because
lean over to
you're
you.
surrounding the little guy.
Do something like cost.
22.
22.
Like sparks?
Okay.
Hopefully
You don't
I
have to remove any of my limbs. I'll tell you what I know.
Okay, never mind. You
Alright.
already said you were gonna do that.
Yeah, but I won't mess with you this time.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you the truth.
Alright, hit
I
it.
use thaumaturgy to try to create like little sparks as if I'm gonna like set them on fire.
Well, I just threatened to remove his limbs.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
Yeah. What's your intent with this?
More just to like scare him more into like telling us information, and that he's probably not gonna get a chance to leave the room unless he does talk.
little
Uh-huh.
So
intimidation.
like
So basically,
Like,
are you gonna
sparks
surround
that
him with,
would be like
sparks in a
sparks.
circle, like
Yeah.
Doctor Strange
or
style?
make him kind of go like dance with the sparks from under his feet.
Like,
He doesn't dance very well, and actually is going to fall on his face. What? Whoa.
hey. There's no need
Okay.
for violence.
already
Mars.
tell you everything.
It's okay, look, if you say what you... Just tell us what we need to... Like, what we want to know. Answer our questions truthfully. And we'll try and keep Mars from getting a little too excited, okay?
What do you want to know?
What do you think we should know?
Come on, let's be friends.
Marge, stop being creepy.
I'm gonna give you, like, a subtle thumbs up.
Look, you've made some waves in town, and I overheard through the grapevine that people were interested in information about you, which side you were supporting, why you freed people like Paulo Tang, and
Can I ask you an honest question?
Who's
then?
Paulo Tang?
Paulo Tan.
What do you think the best thing we could do for this city is? What do you think?
I'm assuming the scary tattooed guy.
Open all of the gates and let everybody through. More people to rob, more information to get.
Who do you agree with?
Mostly myself.
Anyways, Paulo Tang.
I've heard of him.
You have?
Yeah. He was on trial for association with the Black Cloud. He was a horrible
Fast
man. And
Fast Cloud.
Fast Cloud. What did I say?
Black.
Cloud.
Oh, Fast Cloud. Black Spider, Fast Cloud.
Yeah.
Fast Cloud. He's a horrible murderer and is a supporter of the Fast Cloud.
Yeah.
He's a dark monk. And
Was he the big
I'm gonna put hands over the gnome's ears.
Huh?
And he's probably the only one I would have left locked in a cell as I stare at Marisol.
It didn't seem fair.
Wait, what did you say?
It didn't seem fair.
You realize that sometimes they lock people up for a reason because they're murderers.
He is definitely a dark monk.
Yeah,
I've heard of their ilk.
yeah.
Ah.
Are you familiar with this symbol? And I'm gonna hold up the monk's medallion that I had.
Did you write down the name of his order that you surmised?
It's the monk medallion. Here, take a
don't
look
know
at
if I did.
this medallion.
I believe it's the Poison Fist.
Monk medallion. It's just like literally just like a medallion that she's gonna hand over. He had that symbol, and we also found that on the body of someone in the sewers.
Do I need to make a roll to see if this is associated with Poison Fist?
That is the Poison Fist symbol. It is kind of it's like a hand with like a poisonous cloud being gripped by it.
Hmm.
It's a badly drawn one there on the medallion because I drew it in like 4 seconds.
Yeah. Yes, this is his. And I'll just toss it on the floor with disdain.
Well,
And then I'll clap my hand back on his ear.
It
On
was-
the gnome's ear.
it was found on the body. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to remember from last time. On the body of someone. Where exactly did we find it, actually?
You found it on the body of an undead monk that you fought in the sewer.
Yeah, okay, that was it. Yeah. On an undead monk in the sewer. We also found a weapon and I'm gonna gesture to lift your hands off his ears. We also found the weapon of a black spider assassin in the sewers.
What?
Just left?
Anything know anything about that?
Look, well, for, if I did, would you promise that you'd free me?
I'm not gonna make any promises.
Well, then I'm not going to tell you anything because my life is worth a lot to me. In fact, right at the moment, it's all I have.
I promise not to let them use the weapon on you.
I'm not planning on killing you.
Is
Let
that?
that one shift you?
None of us are planning on killing you. We want information.
Hey, I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
He'll reach in.
Mars, you
He'll
can't eat
kind of.
people.
I have a potato in my knapsack. He'll kind of nudge the little. He's got a drawstring bag, kind of like a laundry bag around his back.
Give me that tater.
And he'll kind of scoot toward you so that he doesn't reach into it because he doesn't want to risk anything at the moment.
That's fair when my hammer is the same size as him.
Fair.
It is a just really nice potato with very few eyes.
Nice.
It looks like this world's equivalent of a russet.
I'm just gonna put it back in his bag. You don't need to eat a frickin' potato, Mars. You're in a hotel.
There's food here somewhere, I'm sure.
Go order a cake.
Go eat some cheese!
Oh, yeah, right.
I don't know. Something.
You guys have no fun.
I think you've had enough fun for tonight.
Fine. If you promise that you're not going to kill me, or if you, then
I promise not to kill you, but I'm not doing it in exchange for information. I want that anyway.
It's just a matter of how you'll leave here alive.
Yeah.
How about?
fine. I'll tell you everything I know. Look, this isn't even. This isn't even a real mark. And he'll wave his hand, and you'll see the tattoo on his wrist kind of vanish.
Oh. So now you're impersonating black spider assassins.
The Black Spiders aren't all assassins, okay? It's a thieves guild. They're smugglers, informants, pickpockets.
It's a way for you to have an inn so you can make your way through and...
Don't help him!
Fine!
No, she's right.
First, I can't eat him, and now I can't help him. Make up your freaking mind!
No, I liked it when you helped me. Look, I'm just trying to get by and make my fortune in the world. I'm a pretty humble bard.
Sing.
What's your name? What?
You're not a bard.
What's
I'm
your
telling
name?
him to sing.
Yeah.
No.
What's your name?
Oh.
Mars.
Mars.
Mars bars.
Mars, I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
Ooh, yeah, her name was Mars. She asked me to sing some bars. Ooh, yeah, girl was horny.
Okay.
Well,
You're
accurate.
not wrong.
Never do that again.
Didn't need to hear it in a song, but you're not wrong. Okay.
Sorry.
It's kind of catchy.
Jassin?
No.
That was horrifying.
Jassin. I can do Jassin too.
Baby,
We
we're
don't
not
need to hear-
interrogating you.
Okay.
Stop distracting us from interrogating you.
Yes. Yes, you're half elf, sir. I mean, your lordship.
Why the title?
Or that was an Arthurian right wing.
Okay, so you know quite a bit about his son.
He's a prince. It's kind of hard not to. Or a duke? Dukeling?
How long have you been in
Dookie?
this city?
A douchey.
Fine.
Douchey.
That's irrelevant. Why are you in the city?
I'm in the city. I was just traveling through and I got caught here like everyone else, and I decided that I'd make some money because all of my money ran out and nobody really wants to hear me sing. I don't know why.
Okay, so you're in the city, trapped here.
Yes.
So why are you coming after us?
Money.
Who's paying you for it?
At the moment, nobody, but I was in the market to go sell it to some members honestly, whoever would pay.
who would be your most likely?
Well, the most recent tidbit, probably the Jarl, would have been my choice. But I won't anymore.
That's great to hear. Where did you hear about us in the first place?
I mean, we weren't exactly quiet about it.
I know, but any...
We were
Can you give me a
probably
name?
thanked by the Jarls.
Yes,
so.
that part, but can you give us a name? Were you at the trial?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was at the trial, and then at the bar. It's really easy to shadow you guys. You're pretty tall. I'm pretty small.
I missed one. Damn.
Don't feel bad. I'm half a halfling.
If you've been wandering around listening to stuff, do you have any idea of what's going on here between the Jarl and the Fast Cloud?
Were you here when that trouble started?
Some of it. You're looking for a neutral opinion?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
At least another one.
I don't really have that much information, but I can... what's this weapon you found?
Blowgun.
Can I see it?
Oh,
What?
Tia?
Loga.
Sure. I'll pull it out of my bag.
Yeah, that's definitely one of ours.
No, but
Well,
Loga.
theirs, I guess.
Do they appreciate having people impersonate them?
No one's ever done it, to my knowledge, and survived.
Definitely not the last.
All right. Good
See?
to know.
See, this is how we have an agreement right here.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not going to
is.
go to the guy. You're not going to go to the guys, right?
Yep.
Can I see that?
Sure.
I will hold up a few gold pieces.
You have my attention.
Excellent.
Kelly, when I examine this, is there any
Smell?
smell or residue on it?
Unfortunately, as you hold it up, it looks like it's been washed clear. They found it in the sewers, so it's been fairly
It's been
well
tumbled in
cleaned.
water.
But I will give you a very rare chance that something. No.
Yep.
No, unfortunately, it's something like that's really. Then again, if you had a divination spell, you could probably use it on the item. Because it is, if it was a murder weapon, you probably don't have something like that, but maybe your cleric or your sorcerer does.
I'm gonna look thoughtful for a minute and then put it in the pocket and just wait while we finish questioning the gnome. Sorry, I believe you're hoping it finds.
So, I mean, I'll help you however I can. See if you'll, just let it go, because that's what nice people would do.
Trust me, we're plenty nice. She growls. When it suits us.
I remember about bed. I just want to put it down.
I tried to give you the potato. Fine, ask questions. What do you want to know?
Well, you've already told us a lot, which I appreciate. Can I, do some sort of, sense motive or something?
Yeah, you can totally do an insight roll.
I just wanna see if this actually feels like I'm doing anything.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat
So
20. All right, so Amy, ask me some questions out of character.
23.
What kind of thing do you want to get out of him?
can I ask for some ideas?
Yeah, ask the table. Pull the table. What kind of questions would you like to ask?
What the fuck's going on in this city?
Yeah.
Also, how sincere does he seem to be?
Yeah, I want to know how sincere he is.
At the moment, fairly sincere. He kind of gets that the jig is up and is willing just to kind of fuck it type of attitude.
Okay.
Does he know any more about the Jarl kind of staging the whole murder against her?
Yeah. So that's kind of under what's actually going on in the city.
Perhaps he's heard anything from the Black Spires in that regards. Because then we'll know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I guess what's actually happening with the Fast Cloud and the Jarl?
What do you know?
We've got conflicting stories.
Well, what do you know?
We've heard that the Jarl... What? Was it the Jarl who killed her brother?
Yeah.
In our version?
Yes, the Jarl, I am certain, killed her brother.
And then we've got news that the Fast Cloud is behind it because they're trying to. They're basically being.
Have more of their members. The newer members don't necessarily know the whole agenda of the original Fast Cloud.
Yeah.
And that one of their members was being framed.
Maybe they're
The
being
Fast
manipulated.
Cloud. We were told that they were a group of halfling criminals and vagrants who were being backed by House Claywin.
So we were told that they were...
Okay, hold on 1 second. Earmuffs. I'm gonna earmuffs them again. So, what we heard is that the Earl killed her brother, although it wasn't her fault. Her old acquaintance has been inciting the Fast Cloud and was behind inciting the rebellion.
Who's her acquaintance?
No.
And
Oh.
anyways, the reason why I have the blowgun is because they did find there was a dart in the Jarl that they noticed after she had killed her brother because the rebellion hadn't gotten to the room yet. And Nona had disappeared during the beginnings of the rebellion.
So.
And I do know of poisons that can drive people berserk.
Did they find the weapon that shot the dart?
I mean, I'm suspect of this, which is why I asked about it.
Okay. So, who wasn't there?
Nona was inciting, and
Who's
her
Nona?
The other tiefling.
She's the one that is responsible for
Right.
this.
It seems that there were already tensions in the city, and she managed to incite them to rebellion. And then the Jarl's brother sided with the rebels, and then the Jarl got dart in the neck, and then, in a blind rage from the poison, killed her brother.
Which we also heard that the halflings are mostly the miners working on the other side, who are just trying to get assistance from from some of the other cities, which could benefit from just having the army walk over.
Essentially, they were being treated as a slave labor, and then they were started to refuse to work because of the dangerous conditions, because the Jarl would not send enough support to defend them against monsters while they mined, and, you know, as the story goes.
Boy, do we still have conflicting reports.
Yep.
Anyways, let's hear what Nomi Boy has to say.
So what's the question? By the way, you have... Okay. I can hear when you do that. You know that, right? Like, I mean, it's a little... Like, the acoustics are weird, but I've got a pretty sensitive ear. I'm a bard, after all.
An amateur bard.
I mean, I'm a pretty good bard. I went to college.
Not the point.
I have a BFA.
Anyways.
Bardic Ferelden Arts degree.
Not the point. Okay.
Yes? Alright, fine. What's the question?
Who actually killed Jarl Marlowe's brother?
I mean, I wasn't there.
Like, what have you heard, though? If you've heard our conflicting reports, is there other sides to this or other information that could give us a better picture?
As far as I can tell, the Jarl's the one who did it.
Do you know anything about another tiefling being involved?
Oh yeah, Nona?
Oh. You're on first name basis with her?
I mean, you know, yeah. No, not really. But, I've seen her at a distance, and I mingled with her at one of our speakeasies.
Wait, what?
So she's involved with the Black Spider?
Yeah. She's a member. She's a real member.
Oh. So...
She's probably long gone now, though. She made it to the other side of the bridge.
What?
She was there during the fight, and when the border went up, she was on the other side. Along with the rest of Wanderlust.
How long after the Jarl's brother died did the border go up?
About 10 seconds. It's a magical border. The Jarl wears it around her neck.
So,
Well, the keystone for it, anyway.
would you say maybe that it's within the realm of possibility for that Nona could have perhaps staged this as part of some other agenda?
Probably for money, yeah.
Yeah.
What have you heard of House Clay win?
I hear that they tip well. They always pay 120% on anything that needs done.
How likely is it they hired Nona?
Pretty likely. They're
I mean, if it was on a multiple choice question, yeah, I would probably go with that one.
so for whatever reason, for some Claywin wants to get to the mainland.
Yeah.
And they're using whatever means necessary to get there.
But what's the point of them having the border go up?
Maybe they
Split
were
the
targeting the
forces?
Jarl.
Split their forces?
Yeah.
The fight was trying to get the keystone away from the Jarl.
If the Jarl dies, what happens to the keystone?
Probably pick it off her body and can use it to open the border.
Officially, what happens with the keystone?
It goes to the next of kin,
And who's that for her?
Her brother.
Crag. But at this point, they're the last members of their family, as far as I know.
So whoever can claim.
I'm going to make a knowledge nobility roll, and anybody else who has history can do that. Well, sorry, it's a knowledge nobility in other systems. If you have history, you can make the roll.
Maybe a 12.
Do I have advantage because I'm noble?
Yes, you would.
Oh, 10.
That's your best on both.
Yep. My first one was 3.
Do I have advantage because I'm Dwarven?
No, because this isn't a dwarven specific thing.
You look down on those
do
shorter
I
levels.
get any sort of advantage from having dealt with this sort of nonsense before and like coup d'etats and
No, because you don't know anything about the mainland.
that's true.
Just moving some stuff from my notes to post it so that I don't lose them, because this plot is very convoluted.
Okay, so whatever
Sure.
Tia then says at this point is just going to be like what she thinks and not what she not.
It would go to the Margrave of the Southern Crescent.
It would go to the
Croymont Vilmo.
Enlighten me? Do I know this name?
It sounds familiar. So the way that Thestral is placed, your subcontinent, it's about shaped like this, and then the main continent kind of sweeps over in kind of a C shape.
Yeah.
Wait, in a C shape. Yes, if you're the camera, that is correct. So this entire lower area here that connects between Griffin's Peak Bridge and Dogrun Bridge, the two lower bridges, are protected by a man named Croymont Vilmo, with a lot of X's in it. Croymont Vilmo is the Margrave of the Southern Crescent, this crescent-shaped area that connects the two bridges. There's been a long-standing... what'd you get on your roll?
I've only got a 12.
Okay.
19, so not as high as
You got a
Raven.
19? Okay, then Croymont Vilmo has had the Vilmo family are humans, but they've had a long-standing grudge against the bridges. They feel that both of the bridges should be under the house's control. Given that they're protecting the borderlands anyway, having the bridges be independently controlled seems like a slap to their face. It's basically saying, you're a security guard, you have to monitor this reach, but you can't monitor the door. You can only, someone can break in, but you can't tackle them until they walk across the threshold. Now, there's reasons for that. Obviously, you would imagine it's a security issue. If the Margrave controls the bridges, their power doubles. Margraves, on the hierarchy scale, generally, of nobles, it kind of goes like this. What is it? Lord, Margrave, Marquis, Duke, Count, Duke, Prince. I might be missing one.
Earl.
Earl. Yeah. Earl is before Duke, right? Or is it after Duke? Anyway, it's irrelevant for this conversation.
I have a feeling it's after Duke.
The only instance where it is different, Margrave gets bumped up several slots when they are in active defense of a hostile border. Because it's basically like, hey, you're a lesser noble, unless you need to pull rank on people to save our country. So it's one of those things. Political maneuvering is a lot of this, and I promise this won't be the entire rest of the campaign. I love Markovitz. Anyway.
From what little sense of the Earl I got from meeting her, how likely is it that we could put this to her and be like, here's what we found out so far, here's what we think happened, and not have her fly off the handle and destroy us all because we're like, yeah, I think you killed your brother in like a potion-fueled madness.
That one might be the hard sell, but the rest of it seems pretty reasonable.
Which, that potion vial we found, what was in it? Did we figure that out?
Which potion vial?
The 3P one.
Ooh, did you test it? Do you have anybody who can test it?
I don't know. Do I?
So an alchemy roll would be underneath Arcana. So if anybody has Arcana,
I mean, everybody has Arcana technically.
21.
16.
well, hold on. Before you do this, what are you doing with this?
Well, my thought is we found it around the same places, like the blowgun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, we thought this might have been the one that enhanced the pet, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will basically.
But thinking about it, I'm like,
So,
wait.
do you pull out a small empty vial?
yeah,
Trace residue on the inside.
we found this down the series. Anybody able to figure out what was in it?
21.
What do you do?
I kind of take a look at it. I look at it in the light, see what it does in like dark, and also maybe smell.
You smell it?
Yes.
Well, this might do something. No! Mars!
Okay.
Morris, no, it's cocaine.
So do you just like look in and breathe a little bit?
Yeah.
Can you make me a Constitution save, please?
Possibly.
Oh, great, she's gonna kill all of us.
Oh no. Well, I think we'll be fine.
That's true.
16 and 3, so 19.
You will pull back as you feel a magical tingle begin to go up your nose.
Oh.
It's like snorting bubbles. You're like, whoa.
Like fizz?
Yeah. And as you do so, you're gonna sniff and just reflexively drop it, and it's going to fall on.
I'm gonna try to catch it.
Okay.
Cunning action.
Good luck.
That'd be 9.
All right. So you will dart your hand out and just not quite catch it as it falls onto the potted plant.
Oh no, does it do something to the plant?
I'm
gonna look at the plant.
The last drop of liquid is going to roll out the top of the vial and touch the plant. And it's just this little fern. It's about this big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
And then it's going to start to shake a little
Uh-oh.
Oh.
and erupt
Magic.
into a palm tree.
Laundry.
The roof.
Maybe don't do
Yeah,
that
I
next
know.
time.
It's true. This is so much washing. The roof is collided as the palm tree splits one of the beams holding up the ceiling.
Okay, so that's the thing that did the animal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Maybe.
And I'm gonna pull out the pet tag, and go like, how about this?
Oh, I wonder what would happen if I like drank that.
Your nose hair is
Don't.
almost grew.
Sorry, animal?
No
No worries right now, not important.
Not important. It's something in the
Okay.
sewers we found, but
But-
this was on it.
So how likely do I think
I'm going to hold up.
that any of this could be presented
My
to
own-
the Jarl?
You got 8. You'd have to be careful.
Yeah.
Well, the dwarf is thinking, I'm going to hold up my own animal collar and be like,
Where did you get that from? What does it say?
do you speak Elven? Read Elven?
I mean, I do.
What do I have for languages? I think I've
you're-
got common,
you're an elf.
orc.
I do. I know what it
Excellent.
says. She's asking what it says, so she's looking at
So
it.
why don't you just
I know.
repeat
'cause
what
I
it
don't wanna get
says?
too close.
Because she didn't say she was asking me.
So what are you holding up, Ryan?
The
I do
dog
not
tag.
speak Elven yet.
Oh.
I speak Common, Orc, Druidic, and Spellcast.
Yeah, so when you stare at it, it'll be like, it says, if found, return to Marion. And then on the front is a dog named Udep.
Okay. Well,
I assume it belongs to the talking dog we pursued.
We did pursue that.
right,
Do you know anything
this one
about talking
says
animals?
Corellians on one side and Fluffy on the other.
They sound like fun.
Specifically, a dog thief.
I did meet a burglar with a long nose the other
I'll be
night.
right back.
No, this was literally like a Westland Terrier.
Yeah, like it was a really long nose, like a snout.
The ears and everything.
He was wearing a hood.
Hold on. Sadness.
But yeah, sure, I guess so. I ran into him. He was burgling a bakery.
Did he happen to tell you his name?
No, I mean it was professional courtesy. We nodded at each other. I went and eavesdropped on some soldiers and.
What
Fair
about a
enough.
cat lord?
I can't imagine these magically enhanced animals are
Y'all are
coincidence.
weird.
You don't know anything about a talking cat.
No. Why is the talking dog after it?
We don't know.
I like that joke.
Probably doesn't matter at this point in time, though.
It's true.
No, but still.
Oh, you had the name of that assassin written down, right?
I did. I had it on a little thingy, but I don't know if I got it back.
Falmeral Moonblade.
Falmeral Moonblade.
Famaral, yeah. And Master Dindara.
Actually, on that note, do you know anything about an assassin named Falmeral Moonblade?
Moonblight.
Moonblight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who is she? Who hired her?
I don't know necessarily who hired her, but I know who she is. She's trouble is who she is. She's a big time assassin from inland.
One of Nona's friends?
Do they run in the same circle?
I don't think so. As far as she's one of the Sworn of Hisk, the god of killers.
What about the name Dindara? Ooh, I hit a nerve there.
Well, Dindara is one of the big players inside of the Black Spider.
Because I said the talking cat.
Really, he's a talking cat?
He can be anything.
Why a talking cat?
How do you know Dindara?
I mean, you know the name.
Have you heard anything more?
That he controls smuggling rings from here to Katapesh. Katapesh, if you are not aware, is basically like saying from New York to Egypt. Not that this is New York by any stretch, but you get my point.
It's more like Chicago.
Yeah, kind of. It's actually more like Little Rock. There's St. Louis. There's an arch. Kind of similar.
It's an arch.
Have you heard anything about where this Falmeral may be right now?
Sometimes she drinks down at the last drop. I don't know if she's not doing a job. I mean, there's always people to kill. What's it? I mean, if you're looking to connect her to things, I don't know if she's actually connected. I mean, she might be.
Probably not to this. I think you just cross paths with her. She's not part of this town's trouble.
Was she trying to murder someone when you guys got in?
Yeah.
But she's got nothing else to do.
Well, it was probably on a contract. I mean, it's not really her fault then, is it? I mean, she's just doing her job.
Well, she was hired. If this is the drow? Yeah. Well, she did say the Fast Cloud sends its regards, so she was hired. Unless she's trying to mislead us for some reason.
Yeah, because they didn't even know her name. They said they knew nothing about her.
So it's possible the Fast Cloud might be getting used for someone else's agenda then? Seems to be make the most sense.
That seems like
I feel like that's probably what's happening.
Probably.
Well, what else do we want to know from little Nomi boy?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Fast Bad thinks that they'll be running the bridge when this is all over.
They do think that.
They certainly won't be.
No,
not
they
if
won't.
not with the Claywins and anyone else who seems to be getting involved in this. They don't like to relinquish power.
That Marquis you were talking about, is he a Claywin or?
The Margrave?
Yeah, the Margrave.
No.
No?
But he might, there might be some deal there.
Yeah, are they like...
Better status,
Political
control of one
allies,
of the bridges for in exchange of
whatever the
loyalty.
politics thing
I don't know.
goes. However that is.
Do you want to lean back a little bit? Oh, sorry. I'm just like perfectly behind you.
You're the noble one. Do you know anything about the... Is there any political dealings there you're aware of?
Between whom and whom?
The Margrave and the
House Claymon?
House Claywin.
Have I heard anything about that?
Sure, you can make me a history roll. I would also encourage, just a reminder, that neither group watched the other person or the other group's game.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really sharing much information at all yet.
I know it's real
Not
funny
yet.
to me.
Yeah,
But-
not yet.
You know what? That's up to you. What'd you get?
That was history?
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, you've never really heard of any type of dealings there. You know that the Claywins used to be a vassal house that ascended when they ousted their lord. They were one of the 5 houses of Thestral. So you, and then the Ashwoods, and then them, well, which were formerly, some other guys that history forgot.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it.
So, did you guys actually meet the Fast Cloud? Like, leaders, anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How sure are you that they are the actual leaders? Like, the originals? Like, the legit Fast Cloud, not people trying to use them?
I think they are the actual Fast Cloud.
Yeah, which came from the miners.
Well,
How reasonable did they seem?
Quite reasonable.
Like, you could explain this shit to them?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting used?
It also
not
seems
gonna
like they
win,
would be extremely easy to be used.
Yeah.
and outside forces turning you against the Jarl in particular to take over the bridge. They're going to kick you off afterwards.
Yeah, they honestly do not
Worse.
seem very wily in political dealings, more like what their story was, which is
Only for here.
Like,
miners that are fed up and upset.
Yeah.
look, like, I don't know exactly what role House Claywin is doing this, but he does not like non-humans. Not really. He will use them happily,
And then break
but
any
only
promises
until
afterwards.
and only as far as it works along with his own agenda.
Yeah, I feel like from meeting them, they would be pretty easy to manipulate.
But he is.
I feel like you can kind of just say that they'll get what they want and they'll do it.
They should have just stuck to running their gambling rings.
I need more information about whatever connection this has with Grimstead and the Claywins. Especially with this undead monk running around.
Weren't we supposed to go just deal with that tunnel entrance that
Yeah.
the Claywin army may be coming
It was
through?
one thing that we could handle.
I would like to see it, but also there's a chance that there's been rumblings recently. I thought it was just like my brain is blanking on the word. What is that word? Avalanches. Or just shifts in the mountains, but maybe there's something else going on, because that's one of the reasons that seems to be part of the reason that the sewers have been less friendly.
How far away are those mountains?
Not far, we're in the mountains. Those tunnels are old. They predate this place. It's possible, I have no real evidence here, but it's possible that those tunnels can go into the mountains.
If you want, we could try to track down the monk that escaped prison through unknown means, as I continue to stare at Mars. But he is very dangerous, and I doubt he's actually in any way chummy with the Fast Cloud. More likely he was part of the group using them with Nona.
Can I go? You seem like you've got a lot to do. I could just leave.
Do you have any contact with the legit Fast Cloud?
I mean, I'm a pretty important guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a couple of them.
Okay. How well would they trust you?
Maybe a bit. Sure. I mean, we short folk gotta stay together from you tallies. Well, okay, fine. Half tall.
That's a new one.
Meanwhile, I'm 6'7".
Are you actually?
Sorry, 6 foot. I think it's 6'5".
I think it's 6'5", 6'7". You can't walk indoors.
Yeah, I think it was 6'5".
Yeah.
It was on my old character sheet. Yeah, I'm 6'5".
What do you think of some of the stuff we've discussed?
Like what?
The fast cloud and the Jarl issue. Solving it would help probably bring that the barrier down.
Make me a persuasion roll.
So, from the insight roll, you said I had 3 questions I could ask.
Yeah.
So I asked 2 specifically related to that.
Yeah.
Would you say I still have another one? Or this conversation is basically a continuation of it?
Conversation basically
Okay, so
basically covers the whole
it's
thing,
covered.
but
Okay. Never mind then.
14.
14? Actually, you know what? You were playing on a sense of avarice. I'll leave it. I'll give you that back.
Then I will make another roll.
So what was the last question that you wanted?
I wanted to know if, just like based on insight, was there something else that if I could use it that way to that I should be asking him? That I would ask him, given the situation.
Let me just check my notes.
Or if there's something else I should be rolling for that.
Amy, can you pass me a tissue, please?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I would check who...
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Like, I kind of do, but do you even have any idea what you're talking about? I've met some bad communicators in my time, but you guys really take the cake. I mean, you were just in 2 different locations, not sharing any information and expecting the others to kind of, psychically understand? Do you have a psychic bond with each other? Because is that the way that you understand what the other one's doing? Because you're talking about a blowgun that you think you've heard of, but who knows if that's even the right thing? And then there were monsters underneath the sewers, but you were freeing monsters from inside jail cells.
Well, let's
Paulo Tang is a monster.
Well, let's back up a bit here.
Wait,
We were about to talk about things, and then you showed up,
that is true.
and you kind of interrupted the whole process here.
That's true.
Also, how much do you know about Paulo Tang?
He's a...
Other than the fact that he's a monster.
That's
That's
about it.
all.
He kills a lot of people.
I mean, I think we've done a fairly good amount of sharing
Is he
already.
with the Black Spider? Or
What?
whatever it
No.
is?
He's a poison... he's a...
Yeah, I know which
Last
monks
thing-
he comes from, but I doubt they
He's
have
looking for the man who killed his sensei or whatever.
So he's going on a killing
His
spree?
sensei. So, perhaps the undead monk we found in the sewers?
You found an undead monk in the sewers.
We said that.
Well, I
And
mean,
we had the medallion here too. We've been waving it around in front of your face.
What do you know about the story of his sensei that was killed?
that's it. He got a crazy monk with all sorts of tattoos walking around going, "Did you kill my master? I will kill you if you kill my..." Like that kind of stuff. Like, he's looking for a monk.
Do you know... Like, I can't imagine he's frequenting any place other than where your group stays, but do you know where we could find him? We probably have questions for him.
He's probably drinking.
Wouldn't he be on the
Let me
run
guess.
to-
At the long drop.
Wouldn't he immediately get apprehended? I mean, the guards are kind of
he's-
busy.
I mean, he's somewhere around here for sure. I mean, you've seen what he does to guards.
Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm. Look, if you're really worried about anything, why don't you just go talk to Kronor? Hire him as your lawyer.
That sounds like a brilliant idea. Why don't we do that?
If you're worried about being thrown in jail again or something, I mean...
He seems to be one of the most reasonable people around here.
Strangely, huh?
Does that sound like something the rest of you would agree to? Just so we've got some sort of security-ish if things go horrendously south?
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I would like to actually be able to sit down without eavesdroppers and continue our stories. But
Yeah.
I've been happy to leave for a while. Look, the only other things I know that that are of relevance to you all are that there are a lot of people who are taking refuge in the first and second levels. There's a lot of food going missing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that part I knew about.
Okay. The sewers were exploding. Now they're not exploding. They're planning to close the tunnel tomorrow morning.
Oh. Okay.
That's quick.
Well, the army's supposed to be here within the week. And, yeah, as far as I can tell, some of the Jarl's men are going around recruiting the lower sections.
Okay.
They're looking for more people to wave sticks and swords against the fast cloud when the barrier drops again.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I have anything more I can ask.
I think that's fine.
I mean, and
Yeah.
don't hide in any more laundry chutes.
Yep.
That-
Not ours anyway.
Not ours.
Um,
Can we agree on that? If you want something from us, if you want information, come and talk. Like a normal person through a door.
sure.
Or like knock on the front door and not come in through the chute.
You
But
said
I'd
you
rather not.
Sorry. You said you were hard up for money because you're stuck here. And Jassin's going to reach into a pouch he didn't have the other day. And he's going to pull out 2 gold coins. And be like, I'll give you another 2 pair once we resolve the situation in town, as long as you don't sell any information about us.
How much do people usually pay you for information?
Depends on the person. Something juicy that could get someone tried, 10 gold, 20 gold, something like that.
Oh,
What do I know to be relatively reasonable?
I mean, 10 gold's pretty solid. That buys you, like, stay at a shitty inn for a month.
Okay.
In a limited economy like this, it goes a lot further. Actually, hyperinflation will set in soon if this keeps up. But
fine, I'll give you 5 gold and promise you another 10 if you don't go around selling information about us.
If you give me the 10 now and give me the 5 later, I'll tell you one more thing.
Fine.
If you're looking for some bargaining room, there's someone in town that you can probably use as a bargaining hostage.
Bargaining hostage?
Mm-hmm. The guy on the other side, the Claywin soldier. He's also looking for someone else. He put his feelers out when he came in.
When you say he's on the other side, you mean on the other side?
Yeah.
The barrier.
Who's he looking
How the
for?
hell are we going to get him?
Why
Without
are
the
we
barrier.
bargaining with
Okay.
that
The guy's
first?
on this side.
Bert,
Oh!
The guy he's looking for.
who's the name of the guy on the other side?
Pace Claywin.
Remember, he's the guy that we helped with that caravan.
Pace Claywin. He's,
Who? Wait.
Pace, the sellsword who came with us into town.
Yeah.
yeah, that's Lord Claywin's nephew. Bastard nephew. His sister got, childed and then gave it up. Well, he was raised by the house until he ran away when he was
And
like...
who's looking for him?
The house wants him back. He's technically a legitimate heir, and Claywin doesn't really have any...
Options?
not anymore.
Well, because he's got one of his lieutenants here.
And
Are they on the other side? Is that the one who's looking?
Yeah, the lieutenant's his lieutenant. Hold on. It rhymes with. Falfior.
And do you know the identity of this
Alfior?
child that ran away?
Pace.
Pace. Is
Pace
his name.
Claywin.
The sellsword on the caravan we
I
came
thought
in
Pace
on.
was the one looking.
He
No,
wasn't
that's
with
what
you
he's
at that
being
point.
searched for.
Ah.
He wasn't with you at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but we
You told him
almost
about.
died.
Yeah, we've mentioned about wanting to go. I've mentioned.
Was he
I have
the
mentioned
one
wanting
that
to go talk to him.
And then you guys saved his life.
Yeah.
Saved your life. Now we are coming back for you.
Was it Falthier or Althier?
Was
The F?
it
or-
with?
Alfia.
Falfior.
I think it was Aelfior. It's Alfior. Aelfior. It's
you-
Aelfior.
How do you spell that? I'm
It's
sorry.
gonna be Alefeor. Aelfior, because we have enough F names right now.
Okay. Okay. And that's the name of the
Yeah, the half elf.
lieutenant, the half-elf lieutenant, who I would recognize.
Yeah, he was at the battle that cost you everything.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the routing officers.
Possibly one of the ones who murdered my friends.
I mean, you know, it was war. Is it really murder? A little bit.
Tia thinks of it that way, kinda.
All right. Well, if you're ever down by any bars and you want to share some stories, come on down. Come see Ellen.
I'll take a drop.
Helen?
Ellen.
Ellum.
Ellen.
I'll remember your name. Perhaps we'll do some music together.
That sounds great. Have you met? You might have ran into one of my partners. A dwarf named Terry.
He's a
Wait.
bard as well?
Yeah, we had a duet for a while before we broke up.
Another singer.
Yeah, we went by our names.
I do have.
Yeah, we were Ellen and Terry.
Can
Did
I
we
try?
hear? Did we? No, we don't. I was like, no.
I've been drunk in this town. Can I see if I can
Yeah,
remember?
make me just to roll me a dice. Just don't add anything to it. Just tell me what it. One. You know what? You've probably heard of Ellen and Terry.
Yes, I have.
They're not very good.
Yes.
Or maybe they are. You can't really remember. You were really drunk at the time. It's kind of got that, like, I'm never going to listen to this music again because you got so smashed while listening to it.
Anyway, hey, finger guns. Bye.
I will
Get.
touch them. Here, I'll walk you out.
Damn it.
All right. You going to walk him down over to the elevator?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will hand him a bit more gold, like 5 more, and be like, you come up with any more information on any of the topics that we're interested in? I pay for that.
I don't know much about that sewer thing, but I'd check into that at the market tomorrow when it opens.
Cool.
Do you? Sorry. What time did they say they were going to be doing the tunnel? Right.
They're outside
Sealing the
room
tunnel.
now.
Dawn.
Well, the elevator's inside of the suite.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Oh.
Thanks.
it's like a hallway of it. Like it's open.
So he'll shout back. A little after dawn, probably. Probably at 8th light.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Elevator will go down.
You're not bad for a half tall.
You're not bad for a half short.
I'm a full short lady. I'm all the short you can handle.
I'm gonna toss some gold. No, you just gave him some gold, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna toss you a couple to pitch in. You're like,
I think I was down a hallway though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. It's about like a 10-foot hallway that leads down to the elevator.
oh, okay. So if I didn't see it,
I was just very quietly doing it.
okay.
And it's just like,
And as the elevator
Right.
crests out of view,
you
you
dealt with a
can,
lot of shit tonight.
you can shut the door behind you and go about talking. It's just the 5 of you there. Fera's not here.
Fera's at the library. Should we go get Fera?
She's probably good
I'm
at
sure
the
she's
library. I'm sure she's having a ball.
Wouldn't she
Probably.
want to be all included in stuff?
Probably.
It's a library.
I mean, she was gonna possibly look into which books may have been going missing.
What?
What time is it?
About 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my
We
god.
should probably
Should we
go
just
drag
go
her out of
get
there.
her?
About 2 in the
Probably
morning,
should.
maybe. I'll say 2.
Oh, trying to pass the tissue box back.
Oh.
Put it away.
All right, so what does everyone talk about and do? You're all sitting here with different pieces of the puzzle. If only we had a murder board. Like with one of those.
So, how exactly did you guys end up staging a prison break? What? How did this even happen?
I told you. I
It was
believe the
maybe-
halfling that she was innocent, and I would not allow her to get executed for crimes she did not commit.
So you decided to almost kill half a dozen law enforcers?
We didn't kill them.
I was very careful.
Oh,
about
you
that.
really hurt them.
They were.
I know I
very
had to
rough
heal them
shapers.
again.
Same.
It's true. The only one that died was because the monk was let out.
But the others were injured.
Yes,
Was that also the monk?
No, Zeno's acting was not very good. I at least seemed like a drunk.
Hey, I wasn't detected the whole time.
She was sneaky. It is true.
I didn't hurt anybody.
So, if
Much
you
of the
were
injuries
seen
were
by
mine.
any of the guards, which one of you would be recognized?
Probably me, and possibly you. I mean, you were wearing a guard uniform at least.
It is true. I did have a
How
helmet on.
about you chronologically go through what happened?
All right, so we went to the bar, met up with that halfling that had been following us, talked to him, got some more information about the whole, the miners and problems they were facing, the fact that the brother supported them over his Jarl, / sister. And then we went in. Also, we met a very lovely magic user. She might be useful later if we can find her again. But, so we went in, broke out the halflings, and Mars may have gone a little wacky with the keys and just opened all the doors.
If I remember correctly, I was told to let everybody out.
I don't remember that correctly, but that's fine. That's fine.
alright.
What's done is done. So we got everyone out. And then, of course, as we're going down the alleyway, I noticed what I at first thought was someone following us and then pursued. I guess he was stealing from a butcher, but it turned out to be the sentient talking dog thing, as I showed you the
The tag.
I guess dog collar. Yeah. And anyways, after that, we talked a bit more with the Fast Cloud.
They really hurt you, didn't they, during that encounter?
He fought better than the guards did.
Yeah.
But, no, the Fast Cloud didn't even get... Basically, they were hoping to have a mild coup where they broke in and basically show of force to overwhelm the Jarl, and then her brother would start making changes. But as they were going through the palace, or whatever you want to call it, Nona vanished. And next thing they know,
I did.
Oh, you did?
the Jarl's standing over her slain brother with a dart in the neck.
Yep, that about sums up our encounter.
So the halflings wanted to
The halflings,
stage a coup and take them prisoner.
yes, my guess, although I didn't ask this explicitly, was that her brother would take charge and then improve conditions for all of the miners.
Okay, and then when they arrived,
Nona,
Nona was with them?
yes, she's apparently been supporting them of
Okay.
her own inner goodness.
So she's
agenda.
been using them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So they were led to believe that things would improve if they staged a coup. And then when they got there, they encountered...
The one member of the ruling family who supported them was dead.
Yes.
And
How was he killed?
Nobody saw that, although
Was there
Jarl
like
standing over dead brother with a dart in her neck.
Right, so she was attacked
Yes.
and her brother was killed.
Yep.
Was it does anyone know how he died? Was it poison?
Nobody
was
saw.
he stabbed?
I mean, we could talk to
Was
him.
he hung?
No, he was on the ground. But
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
didn't
like-
specifically say, was her weapon dripping with his blood. I didn't explicitly ask that.
So we have no idea if she actually was there. We know she was there, sorry, but we don't know what
She
killed
did
her.
it.
There's no way to say if she did it.
Because nobody
And
saw
if
it.
she was... And she seems very convinced that the halflings did it. So... If she was drugged with a dart
Yeah.
and someone else killed him, then both of them are, essentially victims here.
Oh, I believe that the Jarl and the halflings are both
So
victims.
the person who actually killed the brother is somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know who killed it. Like,
When did
whether the brother died by means of another poison, or whether he died at the Earl's hands, the Earl is a victim. Because the Earl didn't intend to kill her brother.
Yes.
So either she was drugged so that she wouldn't be paying attention to what happened, or she was drugged to become the murder weapon.
I wonder who the Jarl would go to cover this up.
Considering that the Earl seems to be, I don't know the polite way to say this, but I guess out of favor with her patron, I assume that she had committed an unlawful act, probably not consenting, as in killing her brother. As to who we could find, well, we have a blowgun.
Mm-hmm.
The Earl had a dart in her neck that the Fast Cloud swear they saw, and I believe them. So, I mean, perhaps someone could divine something.
And
Or
we have a
if
name
possibly
of a
not you,
lawyer
then maybe we could go to a more powerful diviner in town,
to
and they
protect
could help
her
us.
rights.
So when did they say Nona went missing? When did she vanish?
10 seconds after the thing went up.
That was when the bridge went up.
Yeah, no, Nona basically when they stormed the Jarl's house.
She hasn't been seen since.
She was there when they were charging at the house. When they're running down the hall, she's not there. The most convenient of times to...
Basically, she vanished in the scuffle.
Yeah.
Right. She was there during the fight, and then when the fight was over, she was gone.
As assassins do.
Yeah.
So who would the Jarl go to as her confidant? This lawyer dude?
I don't know.
Probably, but I don't know.
So what happened on your end?
We went down into the sewers with the, was it the captain of the guard?
I think so.
Yeah, guard captain? With the guard captain, Paladin, Kadim, and we went and rescued the halflings. We encountered the blowpipe that you now have.
Yes.
It had been swept downstream, I think.
I'll put it on the table now.
Yeah.
Noam is gone with his feisty fingers.
Yeah, we encountered it. What was the thing called? It was a... What was that thing called? It was a...
The medallion?
No, the thing we fought.
Oh,
Just trying to see.
starts with an O. Sewage eater thing.
Yeah. Encountered blah. Which was...
Ogie. Oh, damn it. I don't have it written down.
Okay.
A big thing.
A big thing. Basically, yeah, it's like, she knows the name of it. I don't. I just can't remember. They're sewage eaters. They're thrive
frequently
on
in sewers.
Yeah. But
However,
this
they
one,
can cause issues because they like to block it up because they want to eat the shit.
yeah. So this one had gotten huge. Like
And I point to the palm tree. Huge.
Yeah.
huge. Yes.
Also, the undead monk.
Yeah. There was an undead monk. We encountered some rats, but those were just...
What was that thing with the fingers? That wasn't an undead monk, was it?
Yeah.
The thing with the fingers.
So when you say undead monk, are we talking like zombie, or like intelligent, talk to you?
It didn't speak at all. It just
No.
attacked.
And giant rats.
Giant rats.
Giant.
And then we killed the creature,
The
and
halflings found that potion vial.
yeah. And apparently the creature had a pet tag on it. So he's from the pet store here locally. It was on the thing, right? I grabbed it from its
It was that chain
It was
was buried
fused.
in its neck.
yeah. So it looks like it grew rapidly, so I think that potion probably did it, given this. So we've got an undead monk, which I'm curious if that's got some connection to Grimstead, maybe? If their involvement with the dead. But maybe we've got someone else dealing with necromancy. We've got a weapon that belongs to the Black Spider. And...
Thanks, Michael. It was that.
Thank you. And
Second.
an odiog. An
Odiog.
odiog.
No
Thanks.
deal.
Those things are really hard to pronounce and remember.
Yeah, 'cause
So-
it's literally spelled Otyugh.
Yeah, OTO. And it looks like the water level was rising pretty quickly. And as I mentioned, like this, that part of the sewers it's old. It's older than Dogrun Bridge itself. So I don't know who would know. Maybe it's nothing, but I wonder if there's some way to connect that to perhaps to Grimstead and the tunnels, or if there's another way through Dogrun Bridge that circumvents the barrier.
So the sewers are older than the bridge.
That part.
Do
anyway.
they head inland? From your best guess?
Towards the mountains.
Based on the map that we like, the area that we saw, like what sort of direction did it seem to go?
Which, as far
The
as
tunnels, because we didn't go super. We went to the blockage,
they kind of honeycomb the mountain.
so it's real hard to say where it goes in. So it very much
Yeah.
could go into the mountains, but there's no way to say.
I mean, it could. A lot of the tunnels are probably eroded or flooded by now.
Yeah.
Um,
But if they're strategically blocking up certain ones and redirecting the water,
it didn't seem very strategic.
okay.
No, it seemed like they were trying to like flood the town and do damage to its infrastructure
Okay.
and spread disease and basically
Okay.
weaken
So
them.
it's more that type of weekend.
It seems
yeah.
more like a siege tactic to you.
Okay. Cool. Just wasn't sure which way to go with that.
Grimstead could, if they wanted to tunnel in, they could, as long as they knew where the sewers were, they could literally tunnel in anywhere, right? Like, they could go under the entire city.
Yeah. They don't have to have an existing passage yet, I don't think.
I'm guessing.
I mean, the guards seem to genuinely. Kadim, he's an honorable, very honorable man, and I just.
Yes, I felt bad about that cleric that resisted us, but I could not let innocents be executed for a thing they did not do. It seems like whoever Nona's working for, she and other people have been working to deliberately weaken this town to this
So-
coming force from Claywin.
I need to talk to Pace. I need to know what's going on with that side of things. I need to understand why House Claywin is doing this and why they're making negotiations with how they even managed to make an agreement with Grimstead.
I mean, I doubt he knows it's a illegitimate bastard child that ran away.
He
Or
has
left.
worked for them before. He has worked for them.
It is also like 2 in.
So he's probably at a bar. Or an inn.
Probably. I mean, we do need to, probably need to rest, but if they're blasting the tunnels at dawn, it doesn't give us a lot of time to investigate that side of it.
Why do we need to investigate that side of it? Like, that's just to block Grimstead, isn't it?
Yeah,
And the Claywin army.
an army.
So, great. I think it's more important to deal with this Fast Cloud and Jarl stuff.
I agree.
You're right, you're right.
I've tried to think of a way in which
You're right.
blowing the tunnel somehow helps the Claywins and it's more manipulation, but I can't think of a way.
Well, it's not that they're manipulating the Fast Cloud to do it, it's the Jarls trying to do it to prevent Claymon from getting near the city.
Mm-hmm.
I just. No, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
I mean, Claywin obviously just wants control of the area. You control the bridge, you control this continent. If you control one bridge, you can start working on the others. Right? And that produces a trade stranglehold on the entire continent.
That's true.
Why would you not want to if you were a power-hungry son of a bitch?
I think
So... And also, the what's his face?
Margaret?
Margrave, or whatever. They don't normally have control of the bridge, because that would give them too much control.
Yeah.
True. And they can.
They always wanted them.
I
That's
think
always like been a bone of contention. So I bet you Claywin probably approached them with, "Hey, support me in this," right?
Yeah.
It's what they do, and then they turn around being like, "Oh well, hey, I've got control of it now."
I think if we could talk to somebody about this, and he'll tap on the blow gun, find out if they could find out for us if this was used against the Jarl and what exactly she was, darted with. That would help fill in that end of the story, which is an important part.
I do think we need to go talk to Kronar, though.
The lawyer guy,
Perhaps
yes.
bring this to him.
Show him the stuff, because he's pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Here's what we've gathered on what we know of the situation, what we suspect.
And
I would not say a word about fucking with their guards, though.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, yes, that's obvious. Do you know?
I mean, okay.
Well, of course I don't need to tell you guys, but my question is, do you know of someone in town, possibly one of the churches or something, that would have access to the spells to do the proper divinations or on this? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, there's a number of places in town. Like, then the bridge had a bunch of shops and things.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get it checked out before we go and talk to Kronar? Or?
I
I mean, it is 2 a.m. I don't really want to go waking up a poor person.
A, we can't do it now because it's 2 a.m, nothing's open. But B, wouldn't it be better to get him to do it?
yeah.
Because he would know who could be considered trustworthy. We're strangers in this town. We don't know anybody, we don't know any of the
That's a fair
rivalries.
assumption.
He probably would, though.
Yes.
That is a fair assumption, yes.
And the Jarl's more likely to trust what he's found.
Yeah.
That confirms us.
Yes.
Alright.
Unless, of course, he's corrupt too. Who knows? But that's our best
Didn't-
job.
You go talk to him? What's your take on him? Is he trustworthy?
You seem trustworthy.
I told you to go talk to him instead of fucking the guards up. Because he probably would have listened. That you thought this person was completely innocent.
We had no proof on that matter.
No, but he probably would have looked into it. He seemed pretty intent on getting to the truth.
Mhm.
And you're also
But no, I
He's
haven't
got-
talked to him outside of the trial.
I think I need to sleep. If we're not doing anything else immediately.
Probably go check on Fera, though.
And we should get Fera.
Okay, so I'll get Fera if you guys want to sleep.
I will go with you because we probably shouldn't wander around alone.
Agreed.
Truth.
Are you all going to go together, or some of you going to go to sleep?
He's gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
I'll stand watch while you sleep, just to make sure that nothing else pops in.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't,
Apparently we have uninvited
I'm willing
guests.
to come if you want to.
why don't you two sleep?
Yeah, why don't you
You're
two
gonna stay in
sleep?
a hotel?
I'll stay in the hotel and stay with Tia so she can get some rest, but I'm doing pretty okay right now, so I can wait till they come back to
Okay.
sleep.
So is
Well, I
the
think
three of
we're-
you are going?
We were suggesting Jassin stay
Yeah,
and,
just the two of us.
Okay.
and sleep.
Also, for that would have, I would have been able to use some hit dice in that entire.
Yeah,
episode,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm gonna
Anybody?
heal.
Yeah, you can use some short rest hit dice for sure.
I'm gonna cast some healing spells.
All right, that was a nice long role-playing scene. That was good. That was good. Do you guys understand the plot now?
Ish.
I mean,
Yeah,
obviously there are still a couple of holes.
Yeah, many.
It
less
looks like
than you
Swiss
think.
cheese.
Less than you think, and there's a big thing that unfortunately no one on this side of the bridge knows
Mhm.
that will make everything make sense
Oh, no.
at the end of next session.
Yeah.
Basically,
Oh god, we have to wait till next session?
No, no.
for everything to make sense,
Oh.
yes.
Before everyone leaves and like as she's going to bed, she's just gonna be like, but tomorrow, I want to find Pace
I will help you with this.
because
Why don't we present stuff to Kronar
yes,
and then go get Pace?
Let's
Okay.
make it
Yeah.
Or maybe
Because-
Kronar will bring Pace in.
Alright, you go to sleep.
I mean, the Jarl would probably like a bargaining chip against Claywins.
Super
And
true.
possibly Pace may not appreciate being dragged into family politics if he's
True.
even aware of his heritage.
How did he introduce himself?
Pace
Pace.
Just Pace? No.
Just
Yeah.
pace.
And how did he react to her over the Claywins?
didn't seem to recognize her at all.
Well, not so much that, but your obvious anger and just like, fucking Claywins sort of thing, right?
He's
Did
kind of
he-
avoided her.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't seem to be a very confrontational guy about that kind of stuff.
Because, like, he basically did say the Claywins pray real well,
Yeah.
and, like, implied that he had
Yeah,
worked
my
for them.
impression was that he had fought in their war and
Yeah.
worked for them.
Mhm.
But I was just wondering if now knowing this, if anything from
Yeah.
then you could look back on and be like, oh, I think maybe he knew more about that
Yeah.
than like he was saying at the time. He just let us think that way. Like
Yeah.
that's more what I was asking.
Yeah, I've got a similar.
Well,
But yeah, if not, then
yeah.
Yeah.
We go to sleep. We'll go get Fera. And then we'll go see Kronar in the morning.
Okay. Wake me up if there's an emergency.
Yes, please.
So you depart, taking the elevator down and walking across town. It's at this time of night, there's no traffic aside from a couple of guards, and fewer than normal. They approach you in the street, give you a quick evening. Everything all right here?
we're just heading over to the library. Our friend was there, and we haven't seen her back yet. So
Ah, yes, you're the one with the seal.
yes,
The guards have been assured by Kadim that everything should be fine. Sorry about the incident with one at the door. He's new.
no worries, no worries.
The guard will nod and move on. And you'll make your way toward the
I
bridge.
mean, by this point, there might be stories of the dwarf cleric healing them all going around.
Now, as you make it to the library, they catch you at the front door. Of course, it's that same young face or that fresh-faced youngster. Sorry, sorry. Please,
No worries.
both of you. Is he with you?
Yeah, no
You're not
worries.
causing any trouble, are you? He juts
No
a spear
worries.
at you.
No.
You had no way of knowing for sure. It was a good idea to check with the captain.
Yes, sir. Ma'am,
Do you know if her friend is still in the library?
no one has gone in or out.
Alright, so she's still in there.
Sir,
It's okay. She will pat up
Sam.
on his, like, lower arm.
He'll puff his chest out underneath the leather armor and like take a space again. Just down the stairs and around the corner.
Thank you. Good job. People like,
That's the wrong song.
Mm-hmm.
That has a beat to it. We're actually going to. Meanwhile,
What
it's
library is this?
a good one.
The EDM library.
Fera. Fera.
It's called iTunes.
There we go. Not Lucha Libre. That's a
Fairly
different
party.
session.
This was like a fun session.
It's pretty good.
Um,
All right, so you head inside of the Library of Thias, and the first thing that you'll notice as you enter is the sound of clocks.
that would be irritating.
Can I get both of you to make me just a perception roll?
Over 20.
Nice.
25.
As you're walking through, it's lit by glowing orbs of light that hover on the corner of these immense book stacks. Around you, you can see no open flame, but plenty of light. A soft, yellowish glow that tints over the entire place, and more books than either of you have probably ever seen in your life. Scroll cases. It's cavernous, though. For you, it's quite tall. For you, your head is not that far from the ceiling. The ceiling being only 8, maybe 9 feet at the taller areas. It's a catacomb of books and scrolls and ancient reliquaries. And as you work, or as you walk down, you can see that there are a number of figures at work. Spectral. Dark shades. Moving and reshelving books. They're transparent frames moving between the bookshelves and through them as they reorganize the books. Phantasmal librarians. In the distance, you hear two noises, one to the left and one to the right, as you reach a junction between the books. One sounds like walking, movement, shuffling, the sound of metal. To the other, you hear a hushed conversation. Which way do you go? To the left toward the conversation, or the right toward the motion?
Conversation, I think.
I think that's probably a good idea.
All
Or
right.
you know what? I will gesture to you to go.
So who's going which direction?
I'm gonna wait where I am.
I'm heading over to the conversation.
All right. Are you going stealthily?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm not like crouching in between everybody.
No, but you're
I'm
trying
not-
to move silently.
I'm moving silent.
Make me a stealth roll then.
Because I know I can't do that.
Yeah.
So, especially in half plate.
18.
You will move rather silently through the stacks. And as you're moving, you will approach and see that at a little nook that's been carved into the side of the bridge's base looks to be kind of a reading area. And two people are having an excitedly hushed conversation. One of them is easily recognizable as your ally, Fera. The other is, it looks like an old man with a bent over posture and a deep monk's hood covering his face. You can only see his frame from behind. It's definitely a masculine shape. But then you'll notice something swishing at the bottom of his robes.
Oh, exactly. That's what I was talking about. I have no idea exactly what it is, but it's quite interesting, is it not?
And as you approach, you'll hear him muttering that. And in his hands, these strangely dark, almost black-skinned hands with long nails, very long. He's holding a small purple shard. It's very interesting, actually. My friends are collecting those right now. Where did you say you found it?
We took it off of a fiend that was along the inner crescent as we were making our way toward the bridge. He put up quite a fight, but we are stronger stuff than that.
Cool. Oh, hi, Zeno. She'll jerk up looking at you.
Hey, Fera.
This guy cannot roll well to save his life. The guy will flinch, and as he does, his hood will come back over his face, and you will see the face of an Irish setter looking at you.
So this is not the same.
Nope, different dog entirely.
Different dog. Okay.
With anthropomorphic dog hands. And he
What
looks
is-
up at you.
Dealing with the city.
Excuse me.
I made a friend.
I can see.
Yes, nice to meet you, Sir Elf. Viality.
Solo Sapolitolo. He will speak Elven to you in that very old dialect of Elven. I mean, they're all old dialects, but this is the less conversation. This is the Elven dialect that elves speak when they're among elves. Basically, like, hi, British. And he will say,
Greetings, Master Elf. It is wonderful to meet your acquaintance. I am your servant in all of your endeavors and wish you a pleasant evening beneath the starlight of the goddesses.
Imagining that guy from The Mummy.
Oh my god.
But like a little bit more, like less a sketch.
Yeah.
Less mousy.
He will respond in Elven. What is your name?
It doesn't translate very well, but it's Bellis in common. The name is literally Rusty in Elven. Rusty.
Didn't we find tag?
It said fluffy.
Is that what we found?
No, is it Fluffy?
Okay.
There's a lot of pets in this arc.
So,
Hey,
where are you from?
a bit of nowhere, a bit of everywhere. We travel. We're just heading south. Just some humble travelers. I'm just a humble traveler, coming to do research and to learn about the world around me.
What was the name of the dog that we found?
But
However you want to pronounce this. There we go.
But
Well,
is one of your traveling companions by any chance named Budep?
Fool, flea bitten mutt. No! I don't know anyone named Budep. I
Don't happen to know a Westland Terrier named Budep?
God, he's not a Westland Terrier. He's canine like the rest of us. I mean, bugger and blast.
Gotcha.
he's rolling 3s on every subterfuge roll. And a 1.
Canine.
Yes. Yes, we are the canine.
How many more of you are there in the city?
There are 7 of us.
I had a run-in with Budep last night.
My apologies. He's a bit of a rapscallion. I can't pay you for anything that he's stolen, but I can offer a humble apology.
Well, I'm not looking
And my services, of course, as a practitioner of the arts.
What arts?
I'm something of an arcanist.
Okay.
I'm a wizard.
At that point, Xeno will lean back in between their shelves and be like, "Hey, Malia,
Ooh, Malia's here?
come check this out."
Malia!
I will walk down there.
And you will meet a... I was going to jot that down. So I said Irish setter?
Irish setter.
Alright. Or whatever in this race would be Irish setter, or in this world would be Irish setter.
Wait, what subcontinent are we on?
You're on Thestral.
A Thestral setter? A
No,
Thelestrian setter?
he's not from he's not Therestrian.
Oh, okay.
He's from the mainland.
A setter.
A setter, yeah.
Hello. Hi, my lady. And in Dwarven, he will say, which basically translates to, may all of your stones be as hard as they need to be, and may you split the anvil with a single strike.
It's almost accurate. Almost. He got a couple of the conjugations slightly wrong. Tax evasion, he'll say.
Nice to meet you.
Guten Frog.
You're slightly off.
I just learned Dwarven last month. I've been consuming the works of Thornheim Mind Spiker.
Yeah, he's a trashy romance novel writer. I'm gonna write him down though. Thorheim Mind Spiker, because you don't see a name like that every day.
That's true.
That is something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Been reading his Tales of the Arcane.
My mom reads those.
Ooh, your mother has good taste.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just comfy.
Oh.
Dangerous.
I'm not in any trouble, am I?
No, we were actually just coming down to check on our friend. We haven't heard from her for a while, and it's late.
It's 2 a.m., Fera.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we still have to check.
I don't really need to sleep. I've got lots of books here. Did you know? Did you said, and she'll pull out a book and start flipping through it. You said that you went through,
You went through Pit Marin.
Yeah.
Do you know who Pit Marin is?
Vaguely.
I found his book.
Cool.
The Annals of Pit Marin.
Does it say anything about Marina?
Marine?
Marine.
Both of you make me a perception roll. Or an insight roll. Insight. Was it a nat 1?
21.
You will see the
Which
hood.
translates to 9.
Oh, that's right. Damn, really? Okay. So you don't really notice exactly what happens, but you'll pick up if Zeno mentions it. You'll see that the hood twitches as the ears stand up underneath. Like, basically, he reacts rather surprisedly to the name. Marine. He kind of jerks slightly. Yeah. So it's got Marine, and it's got Pit Marin and their whole love affair, and then it's got Edagon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got this other guy, Valister, or can't quite read it. It's a little smudged. This V guy. And this big adventure, like 200-300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I need to double check when this book was written versus when it was here. But guys, that, and she'll point at the little shard in his fingers. That. They did that! They did that!
Wait, what?
They did what?
Okay. Here. And she'll flip through the book and basically transliterate. And though it was that the heroes, Pit Marin and company, etc., blah blah blah, went on their holy quest as handed down by Vela herself. And they... the Eye of Nyrn.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the gem of Nyrn. It's Nyrn.
Wait, the gem is Nyrn?
Yeah, it's one of 3.
They trapped her in it?
Uh-huh. That's literally her. This is like a part of that's a part of the goddess. That's why apparently she hasn't really been around since. Like, her clerics still exist, and they still kind of have like a little bit of power, kind of like, I guess more of an ambient atmosphere or something like that. But
Dead.
she's trapped in those. But maybe not any longer. I don't know how this works. I need to do more research. But there's that. And I found a book on dragons, and I found a book on the gods and the old gods, and she has a stack of like 10 books tall. And
Baby girl needs to get some sleep. He needs to use the sleep.
Okay. And then he'll gesture to... What's the dog's name?
Rusty?
Rusty, but
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
either
Rusty.
Wellis or Bellis, you pick.
Wellis.
Wellis?
You perked up when you heard Marine.
Oh, yes, everyone knows the tale of Marine and Pit Marin.
And
What
I got a 4 on my check this time. Oh, great.
what does that mean for you? Why do you didn't seem too interested when Pit Marin was mentioned, but as soon as Marine was mentioned...
Marina is a famous, well-respected legend.
Go on.
Hold the other one, it's got bells on.
What?
You're hiding something.
And you're not good at it.
Everything not. I'm more of a researcher than anything.
Just to...
Marina is Lady Marine is our master.
Wait,
Is
what?
she still around? I thought she was dead.
Yes. I mean, she has the blood of the true elves in her, and she'll live for quite some time.
Xena will pull a poster tube out of the bag of holding And you mean this one?
Flip, 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 flip. Tail starts wagging.
Yes, it's been almost 15 years since we've seen her.
What happened?
We were separated in the Feywild. Back then, we were just simple, awakened animals. From the Feywilds, we managed to fight our way out, and we were changed by it.
What are the Feywilds?
Now, the Feywilds are the realms beyond realms. It is the ephemeral essence of changing Fey magic that all things Fey come from. It's ostensibly where elves were probably from, and definitely where gnomes are from. But also stranger things, like, basically, it's where the Fey are from.
Stranger things like crab people and dog people.
Dog people. You know that things can go in as one thing and come out as another. It's very...
Yes, we were actually traveling to Pit Marin in hopes that she may be able to return there, because she had always sworn that she would go back to find him.
Well, we were there not that long ago. They were having problems with... Oh, sorry.
That's true.
With...
Flooding.
Yeah, but the creatures.
Oh,
Causing the flooding.
Katoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, we would very much like to,
We found a statue of her down in there.
Well, she is as beautiful as she is in the painting. Only as half as beautiful as she is in reality.
Yeah.
Oh, master.
We'll pull the poster out again and be like, here, you can have it if you want.
I'll pull the banged up statuette. We found this here too.
This will mean so much to everyone.
So
We would...
This is hilarious.
I love him.
The good boys of D&D.
The good boys of the end.
Would you like to come back again?
meet them? Sure, I would love to.
Do you have money?
Yes.
We don't have any. So we've unfortunately, I think we've caused a lot of trouble, especially Bud. We've been stealing everything.
Alright, well,
Okay.
Are you your vestments? Are you? Are you a cleric?
Yes.
Oh, thank the gods. Quite literally. I was in the process. I've been borrowing books from the library to try to help our situation. We don't have any healers, and I was wondering if you had any knowledge of this.
And he'll reach into his knapsack. Like, he's got, like, under his robes, he has, like, a big shoulder bag. And he'll pull out a book and hand it to you. It's a book on midwifery.
Ah! Yes, I can help you with that.
Oh, the situation is very urgent.
Okay, let's go. Go buy food, or bring food back from the hotel.
yeah.
What do you guys eat?
Lots of meat, some vegetables, mostly meat.
Bread any good?
This bread's fine. We can eat most anything.
Okay.
I actually know what I can eat. I'm bad at lying, but I'm good at knowing I shouldn't eat chocolate. That's great. Nothing from the cocoa plant or the coca plant.
Okay.
Which is, there's a lot of that here.
And no coffee. It does bad things. It gives us rumbly tumbies.
Alright, I'll go find you something to eat. Where do I find you?
There is a warehouse, a closed down one, on the second level of Dogrun Bridge that we have been hiding in. Some old smuggling tunnels behind it as well. It used to be a cooper, a barrel making shop called Barrels of Fun.
Okay. I will go get you food and I will meet you there.
Do you want a quick reach?
I'm assuming all our talking is probably scared off whoever was walking. Or making clanking down the other end.
Actually, let's see what's happening there. So as you turn to look in that direction, on the very, as far as you can see before the corners of this library arc, you'll see a tall, as tall as Zeno, frail figure with long ears and long white hair, an ancient elf, the oldest you've ever seen in your life. Turn, and he's like, he doesn't even turn, he's just staring directly at you as you look.
Alright. Keep your voices down.
Alright.
He's not that bad. He's a nice guy, actually. That's the
No.
librarian.
Do you want to stay here or come help me with them and help them? You can hear more stories, probably.
Well, I want to help my friend.
We can come back to the library.
Let's get you guys set up first, and then we'll worry about other stuff. How's that sound?
Sure. And she'll smile. We should probably try to be quiet, though. He's still looking at us.
Fera, do you want to stay here a bit longer?
No, we can go. I just set my thing. Can you hand me that? So, as you turn to grab it, as both of you look away, she'll slide one of the books under her cloak.
And then as he turns back, Fera, did he need to check any books out with the librarian?
It's not that kind of library, unfortunately.
Well, we'll have to come back then, won't we?
And
we'll talk more about
I just wish.
Marine and all of that, and Nyrn. Because I'd
Yes.
love to hear more of that.
Yeah, me too. It's really interesting. Also, does that mean that Mars is like part goddess? Because that's weird.
Don't tell her that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
That's yeah.
She's full enough of herself already.
Danger.
But that means, so if one of these is in every single thing, does that mean that she's got a piece on her somewhere? Or in her? Because I've seen her, with not much on, and I haven't seen one of those. Maybe it's in her mouth.
I don't know.
Or maybe, no, we're gonna, no.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna ignore that chain of thought, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go help the Canines.
You think she'd notice?
Or she enjoys it. But anyways.
Alright.
Moving on.
Delivering puppies!
Let's go deliver the. Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right,
go get
so
food. You're gonna deliver.
You're gonna go. Are you involving them at all?
No.
No, yeah, no is the
That
answer
makes
to that
it
question.
way,
We're not
way
bringing
easier.
that stuff back.
I would love to bring Budette stuff back. I just don't want to bring you back.
All right. So you will be led around the second floor, or the second level of Dogrun Bridge, and as you are, Wellis takes you and Fera back to this dilapidated. The roof is caved in on one side, and a giant padlock with chains that you imagine could hold an elephant to the ground, bolting it shut. He'll wave you around the side and walk up to a section of brick that looks much stronger than the rest, actually. It looks like the one sturdy part of this. After me, I suppose. And he'll walk through it.
I will also walk through it. I'll hold a hand out in front of me,
So you're gonna walk through?
try.
Cool.
I'll put a hand in front of me first, just in case.
As soon as you step through the door, you will hear the telltale sound of sinew being pulled. The sound of an arrow being drawn. She's with me! She's
I'll
with
pull my
me!
symbol of Vela out.
Wellis, are you a hostage? Are you a hostage? No, just bringing back a midwife.
fool. How do you know you can trust her?
She's a cleric. See? She's doing the cleric thing. Holding up the... She's a cleric of Vela.
She big.
Just... Hold on, I gotta remember who I have to tell to calm down. Calm down, Warwick. It's just... You're being discourteous.
How tall are they?
That depends on the one. But it was about halfling height. As when Wella stands up, he's about 5'11".
Oh, okay.
Like,
So he's a sizable boy.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, let's be fair, they're basically furries, but, you know. Yeah. The comparison was going to be drawn. I'll draw it and say, no, you're wrong. They're not. They're my thing, and I love them. And no, I'm not playing 2 personas at once, plus a dragon persona. Wow.
I
All right.
felt scary.
So as the sinew kind of a large creature standing just about 6 feet tall steps out of the shadows near the hole. Tall and fairly broad-shouldered and broad-chested, with a long black muzzle and black fur over all of his skin, wearing kind of a bandana that's kind of pushing up these like Labrador ears. A little bit, yeah. They're a little popped.
You're reminding me of Mr. Peanut Butter.
They have tails though.
Yeah, I know, but still.
I don't want you trying any funny business.
Does that include healing?
He'll string his bow over his shoulder. It's been a tense time. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Warwick.
Alia. Sounds sworn. Alright. I hear there's a pregnant person.
Yes. And he'll lead you down into a back room, and you'll see that there are several other sets of eyes watching you from the shadows.
I'm not gonna do anything, so besides help.
As you approach the back room, you'll hear the sound of someone plucking very lightly on a harp. There you go. Come on. And as you do, you'll see 2 figures in a room that's covered in all sorts of bedding. It looks like all sorts of odds and ends pillows, taken from different houses, different places. It's obvious that they are acquired.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of these dog people is sitting on one of these perched pillows, strumming a harp. It's female, fairly small, about 4 feet tall, strumming very gently, and a very large, 6 foot tall at least, mastiff faced female.
Oh, she a big girl.
I think mastiff. Mastiff or what's the Pipple? She's a Pipple. I think. I've got the minis designed. Laying very pregnant. And nearby you'll actually see a plate of scavenged but very, very well maintained armor. As you approach the room and enter, the pregnant one puts her hand on a great sword next to her.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't draw it, but is just...
I'll stay away at first and hey, I'm a cleric of Vela. I was asked for help. I can help with healing.
The strumming will stop on the harp, and she'll look nervously back and forth between the pregnant one and you.
I'll like pull off my token and toss it to the one with the hard one. Here,
I don't know what to do with this.
have a look at it. Only the clerics.
Yeah,
have those.
it's pretty, but here. And she'll throw it back to you. Southern Belle. She's a poodle, by the way.
Oh, that's perfect.
The bard is a poodle. The one on the ground will slowly move to a sit. Well met, Cleric of Vela.
I'm Malia.
Nadia.
I will take my warhammers off, like very clearly, like holding them gently with one hand and put them down by the door. And yeah, got 2 hand axes and a dagger as well. I'll put them over there.
No Cleric of Vela would mean me any harm, nor my pups.
Come closer.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I will approach and start trying to do what I can to help her.
Warwick, stop looking like that from the door, for God's sake.
Sorry, I just...
I will then turn and warn
Make
him.
me an insight roll.
I'm betting he's the daddy. Nat 20?
There's definitely something there.
Okay.
Yes.
I will turn to warn him.
We
Okay.
thought that we would make it further than this.
I will turn to warn him of talk to your friend. One of our friends is coming. He was with us when we were told. He's getting food for you.
Okay, I won't. I'll make sure that not to do anything against him.
Full elf? Full elf?
Half elf.
Half elf. He's a half elf, tall, dark cloak. His name's Zeno. And then I'll go over.
Sure. Why don't you make me a medicine roll? Or a heal? Is it medicine or heal? I just forget.
Probably medicine.
Cool. Alright, I'll be back to you guys in just a second.
20.
20.
Yeah.
So this is definitely outside of your normal realm of expertise. Nadia is vastly pregnant. You'd say that she's cusping. Like she's on. She hasn't gone into contractions, but she definitely is.
She's like that close.
Like in the next couple of days. A quick check, you think, from the amount of movement inside, at least 5 or 6 in there, maybe more. But I mean, this is a strange Feywild race, so who knows what Fey dogs look like. And as you go, you talk a bit, and she says that they had tried originally to make it to Pitmarin, but they were forced to stop here a week ago when she fell a little ill, and puppies come first, right? The pregnancy comes first, so they held up here, and then with the barrier erecting, they could go further, but with the storm that was raging, it just wasn't quite right. They've been trapped here ever since, stealing what they could to make their ends meet.
Yeah. Well, we just came from Pitmarin not that long ago. I'll start telling the story of our adventure in the sewers.
So, Master Pitmarin is dead?
Yeah.
I suppose it has been a few hundred years, and he was just a human.
Unfortunately, they don't live that long.
Do any of us really? She'll stroke her belly. It's funny. I can heal myself and heal others, but this is beyond my realm. This, and she'll pat her sword. Has served me very well.
I will nod to my hammers. I'm gonna
You can see that the relic, or pardon me, the sword that she's holding is giving off a slight aura of magic. Divine magic.
Nice sword.
I was called to it. It's my calling.
Paladin?
I have an oath.
Do I see any symbols in her about?
No, she's very ragtag.
Of?
My people. No formal order. But my life belongs to them. That's why I'm leading them to where Marine will return, so that we can be reunited with our mistress when the time comes.
Gotten them this far.
Most of us.
I will continue the conversation.
Sounds good. You'll hear a bit of commotion at the door that you realize signals that Zeno has probably arrived. A shadow next to the door. Let's have a ranger off.
I was gonna go back to the hotel and grab Budep's name.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you make
Wait. You're gonna try to take stuff from my stuff.
All right.
But not alert me.
Well, I'm gonna wake you up and say, hey, I need I need to borrow this. Go back to sleep.
For what?
I'll tell you in the morning after you've slept.
That never works.
That never works.
Do you have inspiration right now, Ryan?
I do.
Okay, well then I can't give it back to you again. You can't have super.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
That never works.
You are keeping guard right now and are awake and will overhear this as well. I'm going to go to the bathroom while everyone gets wrangled into this
I
trip.
was just gonna say that too.
Good.
Oh,
It's
I
almost 9:30. Yeah.
You need this stuff. I'm assuming you found the person?
Yes.
Oh?
Yes. Yes, I have.
So the black spider? What's going on?
They are not. They are actually a roaming band of canines on their way to Pigman.
Wait, what's a canine?
A dog person.
Oh, like a canine. But I guess
like
it's
a
awakened.
canine.
So
But
awakened dog is a canine. Interesting. I learned something.
it's a fey species.
Okay.
But they're on their way back to. They're on their way to Pitmare. They're basically doing a pilgrimage to Pitmare, and so I figure I'll bring their stuff back to him.
Oh, ooh. Ooh.
He may not want to see you though.
Might be a little angry with it.
Maybe.
Well, we'll have to go down to the dry cleaners because the cloak is getting clean. But here, I have the
Well,
collar here.
Well, I'll take the collar and.
I am also, by the way, dressed in the fluffy pink jailhouse
Oh
uniform
my
because that's
God.
what he sleeps in because it's comfy
Oh
and
my
cute.
God.
Okay, well, I'll take the collar.
Here, let's go down to the because they do it downstairs, so we can go and get the dry cleaning. I asked for a rush order. I had to pay extra.
Well, I'll go pick it up. You go back to sleep.
But a
Have
whole
you-
thing of canines.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yes, he might be hurt. I see MacLeod's not here.
She's
Fixing
with them
it?
right now.
Okay, she's healing.
Perception roll.
She
Roll it.
she's
Go, you overhear
helping
this.
to deliver pups.
Puppy! You're okay. Loudly throughout the entire
Amy.
thing
Does
will be
Tia
the
wake
shout
up?
of puppies.
What is your passive perception?
16.
Yeah, this is going to rouse you. Puppies!
Alright, go back to sleep.
You just said puppies.
You can meet them later.
They're-
We need to actually establish first contact with them first.
That's fine.
So they trust us.
With puppies?
With dog people.
What?
Wait.
How
Dog
long have I been
people.
asleep? What?
So wait.
Dog
You
people
just
are
said MacLeod's
dog
not
people are
healing,
a common thing.
and you'll hold up the collar and look at Boudet.
Not right now. More pressing matters. I'm sure he's probably
Better
okay.
the puppy sick.
No, they haven't been delivered yet. They're still inside their mother.
And he'll mutter off some elven curses. Yes, I understand then.
Yeah. So we're gonna go build some trust with them, and then we can deal with them as a group.
Pregnancies. Towels! And he's going to run to the bathroom. And he'll come back with a stack of towels for you. He'll be like, this should help.
Is there anything that they need?
Just food.
Wait.
Just food.
We get brought food like all the time here. Well, you take some back with you.
That's
Yeah,
the
okay.
plan. I'm just gonna take them a bunch of meat. They like meat.
Are you
There
going
are
to
dogs.
are you going to mention anything about anything that Wellus had
Shiny?
on him?
Anything shiny?
Is that on your mind right now?
That's not on my mind right now, but I will. So we'll go talk to them. And then we can bring you guys in after we've actually gained some trust with them,
That's fine.
because they have something you'll be interested in as well. So I will come back
I'm
in
not
the
really
morning.
interested in like keeping a puppy.
Yes.
Mars.
You don't get to keep one because they're sentient.
And you can't keep sentient things.
You can't
That's
keep
wrong.
one as a pet.
Says who?
Says being a decent person.
Yes.
But anyway, so I'll be back in the morning. You go back to sleep.
Inspiration?
I'm gonna go grab my stuff anyway because it's probably clean by now, and I have the token, and it's for everything.
Alright.
You can deal
So
with
then
it.
I'll come back.
Yeah, we'll deal with it. You go back to sleep. You go back to doing whatever you were doing. And then let's go grab our stuff.
Okay.
And
Are you gonna be out for the rest of the night? So
We'll
I
be
might
out
try
for
to
the-
get some sleep.
yeah, you go to sleep.
So they're travelers.
The travelers, yeah.
They probably don't have much.
Yeah,
They
they,
probably
No.
don't have anything for
they,
puppies.
they don't have anything.
It's up to you.
If I'm not here when you get back in the morning, I've gone to the pet store.
Okay.
For puppies?
Alright, and he will grab his stuff and off he goes. Be like, alright, I'll be back in the morning.
Sleep.
And we'll
She's
catch
not
up
sure.
about all of this then.
There's that.
He will bring food
and the cloak.
and Budep's stuff, and off he goes.
All right, let's have a quick ranger off.
Alright.
Are you stealthing to the barrels of fun?
I will stealth through town, yeah, because I'm
All right. So
chilling
what
by
I'd like you
myself.
to do is make me a stealth roll and a perception roll at the same time. Yellow is my perception roll.
Two two dice.
Yes.
Okay, so
So I am at a.
perception and
What was your stealth? What's your stealth roll?
my stealth roll?
So my perception roll was a 21.
My stealth roll was a 21.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And my stealth roll was an 18.
My perception was a 20.
Okay. So
oh boy.
basically, you're going to approach, and simultaneously, two stealth rangers are going to have their bows pointed at each other. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Is this one of the dog people?
All you see is a hooded figure, shrouded in mystery. Are you the one spoken of?
By Malia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
Zeno.
Okay, hi, I'm Warwick.
Hello.
Warwick.
I got food.
Yeah, come on in.
And he goes.
And who's she? He'll jut a finger back, and you'll see that Marisol is just standing right behind you. Like, I figured you'd just pop out of nowhere at that point.
That's hilarious.
She got a 25 on her stealth. Passing notes to the DM. It's what's for dinner.
That's hilarious. That's Mars. She's with us.
All right.
Let's go on in. Let's get you folks some food, and I've got something for one of you as well.
What are you, some type of goat person?
Yeah, she's a goat person.
Don't worry, we won't eat you.
No, I'm just kidding. She's a tiefling. She's not a goat.
I don't know what that is. Come on in.
I don't know what this is either.
I'm a Canine. What are you?
Tiefling.
Is that what you call goat people where you're from?
Yes.
All right.
All right. And so when we go in, that was hilarious. That was beautiful.
So you'll head inside.
We'll head inside, and you'll say to Warwick, is it?
Warwick.
I'm looking for Budep. Specifically.
He's out looking for food right now.
Is he?
He should be.
Well, we'll see him when he gets back then. Here, have some food.
Thank you. And he'll walk it into a back room, and he walks over and hands food over your shoulder. And she'll eat.
Zeno will go around to everybody that he sees with food.
So there are a total of... Yeah, kind of. There are a total of 6 people here. Let's see. So there is basically like a beagle. There is a it's just a bunch of different types of dog. but the big ones are. Let's see. There's the biggest one is Nadia, the pregnant one. There are 3 hounds and 2 short types.
What is work?
Warwick is a hound type. Basically, if you didn't catch it, Warwick is anthropomorphic Charlie.
Good boy.
Okay, and then there's the poodle.
Yep.
Okay. And then there's a couple shorties.
Yeah, there's a beagle. There's Bellis is an Irish setter. And then Buddy Up. Buddy Up is basically like a Scotty. And then Rory is a hound. So I guess.
A coon hound.
I mean, basically, she's a fighter, so.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Either that or a dachshund. Oh no, a dachshund would be smaller. Poodle, and then was Ember a collie? Or sorry, Nadia. Sorry, that's her. I have her old elven name.
Nadia was a pit bull.
I do not have a cocker spaniel. I have a poodle instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
lady. You said Nadia
She's
was
like,
Nadia.
Would you rather have the poodle be a cocker spaniel?
No, poodle.
no.
The Southern
if there
Belle
was like
poodle.
a noble, if there was a noble, she would have to be a cocker.
Oodles and poodles.
Yeah.
It's
that
barrels
needs
of
to be-
fun.
Barrels of fun.
Yeah.
Or oodles of poodles.
So you'll hand out food, and what do you do, Marco?
I'm uncomfortable.
Well, you should have stayed at the hotel.
Yeah, but you said that there was something that would interest me.
I told you that I'd come back in the morning for.
Can you make
for
me a will save?
Maybe. Will save, would it be wisdom?
Wisdom save, yeah. Sorry. Old habits.
19.
You will feel a stabbing, serrated twist in your gut for a moment, but you won't fall prone to it. It's that same feeling deep in your belly.
At that point, Xena will look over, wink at you, then call over Wellis.
Yes, coming. Yes, what can I do for you?
This is Mars.
Ah, yes, the cursed one. Hello!
At least you're not calling me a goat person.
Obviously, you're a tiefling. Who would call you a goat person? Some type of idiosyncratic genius. My apologies, sir.
So this is our tiefling.
Ah, yes. You are the cursed one.
Yes.
Nyrn.
Yes. Ah, the one with a bit of Nyrn inside of you.
What?
One of these. And I'll hold up a purple shard.
Where'd you get that?
There was a fiend that was raving the countryside. He shan't be raving no more.
Is it dead?
Yes, an idea cleft his head from his shoulders. All 3 heads.
Mm-hmm.
What a bugger. They kept growing back. Oh well.
For your kindness, here.
Yes. Hi.
Hello. What? Sorry.
I go into my pocket and I pull out the cluster clump. What happens when it goes back?
They basically refuse.
Yes. How big is it now?
It is about. You have 4 shards now? Or 3?
I think it's
I wanna say
3.
I think it's 3. It's. Let's say it's about that big now.
And how big is it supposed to be?
You remember it being probably about this big?
It was a big old gem.
Yeah.
It was super
Oh,
shiny.
there's a lot more to go. But look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's about the
Beautiful.
size of like. It's about the size of. It should be the size of, say, like an oblong. What kind of fruit? About the size of a mango.
Mm.
Right? So it should be about this big. And you've got it about the size of like.
A marble shooter?
Kind of like almost a lime, like a really sad lime.
A really sad lime, okay.
if we're comparing by fruit.
So like a key lime, the little tiny ones.
Yay.
Yeah, definitely. It's about that big. It's pocket size still.
Okay.
Maybe not quite mango, maybe just like tangerine. I'll find a fruit at the market and I'll tell the chat.
Worth
Okay,
it.
fair enough.
He's like a kiwi.
Ah, well, there you go. That was it.
Cool. Neat.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, you can go back and sleep if you want.
Oh, heck yeah.
Well. What?
Nothing, just very pleased to meet you. So are you corrupt? Are you evil?
That's a really heavy question.
I know, isn't it? What is evil? What is the nature of good and evil?
Is it subjective?
Ah, but is it?
Just, what
Is
if
it
you want to eat a gnome because you're hungry?
Ah, well then...
You
I mean,
can't eat gnomes, Mars.
Yes, you can. You just have to cook them correctly to get rid of the worms and parasites.
Oh, ew.
And you wanted to eat one raw.
I'm hungry!
Oh, well, I mean, this bread. You can have some of my bread.
No, that's your
No,
choice.
you just ate.
I'm still hungry.
Maybe it's a side effect of being cursed by Nyrn. Having a goddess in your gullet will definitely
Wait,
do
what?
that to you.
She's in my stomach?
I mean, well, I mean, I shan't to hazard a guess to where she is on you. I don't see any, kind of look in your ear and kind of behind your neck and kind of on your feet.
Hey!
I'm not touching. I would not deign to touch a consecrated vessel.
Thank you.
Or a tainted vessel, whichever you are. I mean, it's all subjective, I suppose. Yes. Do not worry, I shall not touch any taint.
Where's Fera in all this?
Oh boy.
She's still at the library?
No, she's with you. She's sitting by. She's not paying attention at all. She's reading the book she stole.
Is it the book about...
It's the book about dragons.
Oh, okay.
So she didn't get in on the questioning?
Nope.
Wow.
No, she's actually anybody who's looking around at her will notice that she's strangely intent.
I'm not there.
Okay. Yeah, you're in the other room.
Can I try to see, like...
I don't even know that Mars is here yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I'd like to try to see if I can read over her shoulder. Can I
Uh,
read it?
can you read Draconic?
I don't think so.
Yeah. It looks like strange spiraling glyphs.
It's all Greek to me.
Okay.
They-
I'm not here.
oh,
From this guy.
This guy.
This guy.
I actually don't know what languages I have.
all right. What time is it right now? So I'm assuming you spend some time and just kind of spend some time with these creatures and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Budab to come back.
All right. And as always,
Did
he
we
will-
hear anything from the other room where they're birthing? Like, did we get told that there's, like, puppies that are not quite there yet?
if you ask about puppies,
Yeah.
like,
He
Wellis is.
said puppies. I was promised puppies.
Yes. Our pack leader is with children, I suppose, puppies. I guess they would be puppies, depending on your etymology. Yes, they are on their way. She is swollen with children.
Wow.
Her armor no longer fits, but her sword arm is strong.
But she hasn't popped yet.
Popped.
You know? Like, birthed.
Nope. I do not believe so.
You would probably be able to hear it before you could smell it.
That's where you're wrong. I could smell you coming as soon as you stepped inside of here.
Fair
Yes,
enough.
yes. A bit of lavender in your hair oil, as well as the brimstone. Very slight bit of sulfur.
You
Clings,
stink.
Hmm?
You
What?
stink, in other
it
words.
clings to your skin.
Excuse me. Wait, no, you're not here.
No, I'm not here.
You spend some time. So time passes, and so at dawn, I'm actually going to cut over to Ryan for a minute.
I'm just going to say that I'm going to try and rest as much as I can
Mhm.
in between helping.
Okay. So you'll basically talk some theology and just have a pleasant conversation with Nadia, because she's actually, you guys are going to get along well. I already know. So you make your way throughout the town and are waiting outside. You're going to the bridge for the bridge shops.
Yes, there was that pet store I would have seen when we were wandering.
So So, an elven shopkeep is setting up his wares just as dawn begins to crest the bridge. And as you are you going to approach?
Elvin at the pet store?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
He looks like a high elf.
I will use whatever is an appropriate... Because I will sit and think hard, because the monks would have taught me this, but I'm sure there's an appropriate way for a wood elf to greet a high elf. And so I will use that.
Esteemed cousin.
Yes, essentially. But somewhat hurriedly, because Jassin just...
Yeah, he doesn't have
He's
any
empty.
patience. He doesn't have any patience.
And then he'll try to hurriedly explain that he was one of his friends is having puppies, and he's looking to pick up supplies that you need for puppies.
Oh, yes. Greetings, cousin. Hello, friend of the wild. Of course, welcome to Pirellian's Perfect Pets.
Of course it's that one.
What can I get for you? I have a number of... you're having puppies?
Yes, my friend is having puppies.
I see. What a glorious event!
Yes, she was worried about,
Oh, there are many things to be worried about.
So they just summoned the cleric tonight, so I figured I would rush over in the
My
morning.
friend must be quite enamored to summon a cleric. To mind, let me guess, a purebred.
I would imagine so, yes. I'm not as well educated
if they have any need to rid themselves of those puppies, remember the Pirellians carries a number of fantastic beasts. There, let me show you where to find them. And he'll let you into his shop. And you can see that it's this tent with cages lining the walls of all sorts of creatures, great and small. And you'll see that there's in a metal cage there's a salamander blazing with fire.
Interesting. I'm just looking for supplies, because newborns, to keep them healthy.
Oh, yes. A mother's milk should be fine, but if not... Supplements. Supplements are always good. Yes, here. I have a powdered mixture as well. This, when mixed with any type of milk, really, from a bovine or other four-legged animal, including a dog, I suppose, but not a cat. Don't mix it with cat milk. Cat milk is too high in certain nutrients.
Okay.
Could blind a pup. Mix this in, and he'll hand you a sack of kind of a brownish, kind of brown sugary-looking substance. Mix this in. It's very high in proteins and fats. Very good for growing pups.
Okay. They are looking... yes, they were planning on doing some traveling soon. Is there, do you make, a carrier that a mother could carry her pups in?
Absolutely.
Something nice.
Something nice. Watch. I absolutely can. Hold on just a second. And he will come out with a carrier. Whew. Excuse me, I'm still waking up. It's very early in the morning. It's barely dawn.
Yeah, sorry, my excitement.
We'll hand you a cage that's been lined with a velvet cushion. Only the best for your beasts.
Yeah, I don't think Jassin thought this through very far.
I'll hold on that to see how many puppies, because maybe they need more than one, so I'll wait for that. There isn't anything else we could possibly need, with newborns, do they need to be bundled in blankets to keep warm or anything?
That's always handy. The mother will usually know what to do. Their instincts are very powerful.
That's fair.
Just keep them away from natural predators, owlbears or something like... Oh, not you, and he'll nudge a cage with a very small owlbear in it. Not you, not you.
What is an owlbear?
Okay, picture a bear. Give it the head of an owl. Legit.
And how big do they get?
And it generally stands on its back legs.
Yeah, picture a grizzly bear. Now make it bigger and give it an owl head.
Make it orange.
You guys fought one.
Did we?
No.
Yep, you sniped it.
Oh.
It was crashing through the undergrowth and you killed the hell out of it.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
I think that was you. Maybe that was a different game I ran.
Owlbear.
Yeah, I think that was.
Darcy?
But they don't fly?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That would have
Yeah,
been
wings.
imposing.
No, these should be more than enough. This nutrient mixture, when you feed it to the mother, primarily is the best way to get it into the pups. Unless, of course, something happens during the pregnancy and she passes.
Okay, I will definitely take the supplement. Thank you. How much? And I'll just get whatever it.
Are you taking the carriage as well?
No, we'll hold off on that just in case they need more than one.
I see. Well, for the powder, it is a very expensive mixture. That would be... how much money do you look like you have, Ryan? Just glancing you over.
I mean, my clothes are clean this time. But I kind of look...
Like a hobo?
Not quite, but almost.
10 gold pieces is what I would ask normally, but seeing as you are an animal lover, why don't we say an even 7?
That sounds fair to me. And he'll pass over the money.
Good.
And
I sold it to you for 12 if anyone not of the blood asks.
of course.
He taps his ear.
On a side note, is there a midwifery place in the market? I don't recall one, but...
I would hit by one of the temples. There's a small shrine of Beatrice on the 2nd level.
Alright, thank you.
You could look for the captain of the guard. He is a devout follower of Beatrice. He probably understands midwifery. But I mean, midwifery for a dog.
No, it's... That's a different note that
Oh,
I
everyone's
just thought of.
pregnant.
It's the troubled times lead to passionate moments.
It's true. Full of possibility.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes, it's so awkward.
And he'll run out and definitely not go to that temple now that he knows the guard of the captain is devout of it.
So do
I
you
will
leave-
try to find a linen shop along the way as well to get blankets.
Cool.
And then rush along the way.
That sounds great. Can you do me a favor, buddy?
Yes.
Can you roll me?
Roll me a perception check.
That'll be a 9. Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is going to. You know what? It's reflexive. So roll me a d10. And what's your dex mod?
My dex mod is +3.
That's an 8.
Where's my 10? There.
Okay.
Do I add anything to the D10?
Tell me what you get.
5.
5. All right. So I just have to roll something real quick. Sorry, guys. Just be 1 second here. Holy crap. As you leave the linen shop, having purchased something else for another 2 points of gold, a huge mass of different linens and towels and sheets and pillows, and just basically a giant sack over your shoulder. You'll notice, more with instinct than anything else, and you'll catch the arrow as it lands right above your heart, piercing your flesh for 2 points of damage only. You drop the sack onto the hard, packed earth, and you see that there's a long, deep feathered arrow with black feathering and something tied around the base. Blood begins to pool around the wound where it would have pierced your heart a moment ago had you not caught it. And this is written on it if you open the letter.
I guess I already did perception roll, so I have no idea where the arrow came from.
You can make me a perception roll again, now that you know the trajectory. Actually, hand me that back. I will Let me just make one alteration.
Oh, did you just spend your inspiration?
Yes. So that'll be a 16.
Sounds good. I'm just going to... Did you just put that on my coffee?
Did it?
Did it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I didn't hear it like
Okay.
go.
So I just erased the last part because...
Yeah.
Glancing, you can see on the next level up. Here you're shopping on the 3rd level. On the 4th level of Dogrun Bridge, atop a spired building, you can see a figure. Shadow just stand there long enough for you to recognize that there's someone there.
I will literally, as soon as I spot them, go, do you have a master? And I'll just look confused.
A voice will echo down from that level. Monk of the Open Sky, I see you. I know who you are. I will have my vengeance.
Totally dig on here. Actually, I might even recognize the voice.
Yep.
I will just go somber at that. And just...
Follow me to your death.
I have more important things now. Pick up the package.
Alright, let's draw on fire again.
Oh no.
Oh my
Spending a key
god.
point into this.
Oh no.
Alright, so that is a total of 14, 18.
To hit?
Yeah.
That'll get past my armor class.
Okay, so you can do another deflect.
So,
And this is plus...
11.
Okay.
And
Another arrow will jut down and you'll manage to catch it out of there. I got 11, so
Okay.
you'll manage to catch it right here. And it is hot in your hands enough that you'll want to drop it immediately. It's somehow infused with spiritual energy.
Time and place.
Noon. The 1st level. The Shrine of the Forgotten Gods. Soon to be your tomb.
I will know it's on.
Alright, and he will vanish.
And I'll, by the fletching, pick up the arrow. Is it like red hot or sizzling or anything?
No, it's actually what you're looking at now. You see that the fletching is kind of a grayish color, but as the key burns off, it singes it black. You remember hearing about vendettas between the open hand style of Mount Arepo and the Poison Fist. One of your masters, actually.
History?
Sure, go ahead. Let's find out.
Nope, that is not a d20.
I mean, good luck on that with the D10.
That'd be hilarious.
No.
I mean, you know what? Your masters do go around doing stuff. There's probably some type of martial arts vendetta in their past. I mean, that's what you guys do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I will... The arrow's cooler now, so I will pocket that, because the half-elf might want to look at it. Pick up my bundle and head back to... Yes, head back to the hotel.
Alright, head back to the hotel.
Because I don't know where they are.
Oh, that's fair. Alright, so back down there, you will... As dawn crests, a small form will scuttle in through the door carrying a giant sack full of things. Alright, I got all sorts of stuff here. Hey, you guys, check this out. Look, who am I? And the dog man stands up, wearing a pair of panties around his head.
The Panty Bandit?
Yeah, who the hell are you? He's got 2 knives already drawn in his hands.
What kind of doggo is this?
It's a little Scotty.
Has he dropped his bag?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's holding knives. And I'll come into view and be like, "Hey, Badep," and I'll toss his collar to him. Oh, your cloak too.
It's dry cleaned.
What is this, some kind of trick?
It was cleaned.
I'll fuck you up, buddy.
No, you won't.
I'll cut your ears off and I'll put them on.
I'll toss him a big chunk of meat.
I'm gonna get those ears.
You might want to get the ears of my friend more.
What?
But
What?
that's for another
That
time.
big-eared prick? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun last night.
Mally will stick her head out. What the hell did you guys do?
They just started something they ain't gonna be able to finish.
Well, I mean,
Chill, crazy dog.
Chill, crazy dog. You'll hear it from next to you laying down.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, he's holding onto his collar and stuff, so you should be able to put two and two together from my story that that's the person I fought.
And you'll see as he catches the collar, he'll kind of
Oh yeah, no, I've
slide
got
it
that,
into his
but
clothing again.
I'm like, holy shit, what did you
Now-
guys do to him?
Tia, back at the hotel, you will wake up with.
There's no one. Oh no.
It's so comfortable in this bed that you have all to yourself.
Perception? Where are they? How far is this voice from? Is it one I know?
Do you remember hearing something
Ellen?
about puppies?
What, that song?
That voice, is that Ellum? He didn't come back or something, or is it something else?
No, this is just like you woke up in the bed so
Oh, okay,
comfortable.
that's that
I'm just
music.
narrating
Oh,
at you.
I'm just like, shit, is there someone here?
No, there's no one here except for you, and it's
Okay.
very strange. And
Ooh,
you're just
real weird.
you're starfished across the entire bed, and you have the bed to yourself for the first time since oh my god, how many years?
You probably like remember. Did you dream about puppies?
She probably did dream about puppies, honestly.
You'll wake up to the sound of a bell ringing at the front, and then the sound of something sliding.
Food.
You can smell
I'm gonna go
hotcakes.
eat. I'm gonna go get up. Oh, yeah, no, food, that's great. Food is great.
As you walk up to the front door, you can see the slot of this tray, and it's enough food for 5 people. No, 6 people.
Oh, okay.
It's hotcakes and jam and poached eggs dipped in some type of salty brine, and all of these breakfast ham and bacon. Oh, the streaky bacon and wine watered down to that delicious tartness.
Yeah, she's gonna eat.
And as
She's
you
not gonna overeat. She's gonna eat like a reasonable.
do you eat in there, or do you go out on the balcony?
She'll go to the balcony.
And as you step out on the balcony and take a bite of this sweetest cinnamon roll that you've ever had, oh, it's heaven.
And I got to it before Mars did.
And then the mountain explodes half a kilometer away,
oh my god.
and a plume of dust starts rising and slowly heading toward you.
Hey, enjoy that bun.
I'm gonna keep eating the bun and just stare at this.
In the distance, you can hear a cave-in. And down where you're walking up to the hotel and in the lower levels, you can feel the echo of the collapsing tunnel.
They said they were gonna do it, so.
Sounds like they collapsed the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the snowstorm, there's no way out then, she says, looking up at you.
I will start explaining the screwed up political situation they've got going on right now.
After quite some time, as you're chatting and working amongst yourself or talking amongst yourselves, you'll mention. Are we going to mention needing someone to do any checking on that item? Because you have the vial and you have some, like who has the blowgun?
They do.
It's
I
probably
had
still
it.
on- Yeah, it's
You
probably
had
sitting on the table.
So it's probably still in the hotel room with me.
Yeah,
So-
right next to the hotcakes.
Will you mention that?
Hotcakes.
Yeah, you know what? They seem really out of all this stuff. I'll just tell them the whole thing and see if another pair of eyes.
Well, yes, my lady. Can you offer assistance? Yes. You need a diviner.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, I have those spells. I have a number of spells. I can absolutely help you. Well, for all that you've done, I'd be happy to come with you.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna head back to the hotel. I'll get the rest of the group.
Well, can our last 2 members come?
Yes, all right. I could go there. I would be much more comfortable putting my life in danger than risking people coming here during the day.
Fair. Do you want to head back with him?
Yeah, sure.
You will stay here?
Yeah.
We'll bring back more food too.
Yes, I see. Good. I will come with the 2 of you.
Is Mars still there?
Yeah.
Mars, why don't you come on back? Or you can stay here. It's up to you. Shopping's gonna be open now if you want. Get some more piercings.
Nah.
Hmm.
I'll hang around here for a little bit unless you think we should regroup.
I'm just gonna go see what the others are up to.
I'll stay here for a little bit longer and then I'll head out.
Alright, sounds good. And I will take Wellis up to the hotel.
So, one moment. The hotel. Where? It is quite some ways away, is it not?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's across town.
I see. One moment, please. If I'm seen like this in public,
He'll wave a hand in front of his face and will look like an elf. Very like a half elf, actually, very much like you, like he could be your brother. Not exactly like you, more blonde, slightly larger nose. Kind of looks like Adam Driver.
how do I look?
Fantastic.
Good. Let us sneak out of here.
And off to the hotel we go.
All right, you're just staying here with them.
Yeah, just making sure things are cool.
All right. You make your way back to the hotel, and you will arrive around the same time that that Jassin does. And you'll actually meet up at the base of the elevator together. He's traveling with a strange elf that you haven't met before, half elf.
You will see a bundle with legs.
I say, do you need help with that jolly chap?
Did they show up around the same time then? Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, we're at the base of the elevator.
Oh,
On the
no,
main floor.
okay.
We haven't come up
Oh,
to
but
the
you will recognize that Jassin is coming back if that spell's still active.
I know it wouldn't be. It wouldn't last
Oh,
long.
okay.
I'd have to cast it again.
I would turn sideways and then look at it. Cousin?
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Wellis Longfellow.
Let's just head up to the room.
Pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Come on, Wellis, let's head upstairs.
Absolutely, cousin.
Up we go.
Once we get in the elevator, we'll ask me Elfish. Or be like, is this about the puppies?
Yes.
I just want to talk more about the Nyrn stuff.
That's fair. I'll
So
come
we
back
go
to
up to
that
the
in
room.
just a second, actually.
And once we're alone in the room,
Okay.
is there still food up?
Yeah. Or did you didn't eat it all?
I didn't eat it all, no.
There's some.
I will dig
Those
into
food
some
process.
hotcakes and some bacon.
I will put down my bundle and go get some food because
You'll notice that some of the best parts of the meal have already been picked through.
That's
There's
fair.
like traces of it.
Wellis, help yourself.
I don't mind if I do.
And he'll begin picking through it.
Oh, you don't need to be disguised up here.
You guys are
Oh.
back?
Oh, hello.
Where have you been?
I woke up. Sorry, I didn't.
Ah, hello!
This is Tia. This is Wellis.
It's about to end anyway, so
I
Reading?
got stuff for puppies.
pleasure to meet you.
Why
Willis Longfellow?
Tia Armstrong.
He'll hold out a hand to you, and as you shake it, it'll suddenly get shaggier and longer, and you'll see his face, just the long nose elongates into a muzzle.
Hello.
He's canine.
Yes, we're called the Knee.
Ah, good.
Greetings.
You.
I've never met
So,
one of you
hello.
before.
Blankets, pillows, blah blah blah, bandages. That's supplements. I'm assuming your anatomy is similar to Unawakened, so I went and got supplements from places that deal with dogs, not regular humans. So I'm assuming
yes.
that should be edible. So yes, supplements in the bag.
Excellent. Thank you very kindly. That's very, very nice of you.
Puppies, essentially babies, but cuter than babies, really.
It is true. After we eat, I will take him over to the blowpipe and say, yeah, this is what we need to find.
I
Yes, we
thought
should.
you were taking this to Kronar first.
I can cast some divination spells if need be.
I don't know about this. I went to the market.
Now
Also, we need to.
Where's
What time is it?
Mars?
And is there a clock in here?
Yes.
Is Fera still here?
Cool.
No,
Oh,
Fera
she's
is-
off there right
she's
now.
She's off there.
So I will look
Which
at
we'll
the
be going
clock.
back to her in a minute.
What time is it?
8:30?
Okay.
Maybe
Oh.
almost going on 9.
Okay. Well, I need to eat and prepare. I need to
you eat.
go kill somebody at noon.
Oh, okay. We'll come back to that in a minute.
You have to explain that first
I
before.
I will start putting food into my face, and then literally just plomp paper beside you, and then start eating.
What language is it in?
What language is it in?
Common.
Common? Oh, good.
You don't speak very many languages.
Pay the debt your master owes. Well, that's certainly ominous as hell.
Oh, also, there's a hole in his shirt.
And it's
But
got
it's-
blood on it?
Yes, but the blood's crusted because it's been long enough.
Well, it's only been like 15 minutes, hasn't it?
All the way from the market
blood
here.
to get a bit crusty.
That's true.
It's got a scab on it.
At least a clot.
How did you get into another situation?
It's the
It's been... How many...
it's the
It hasn't even been a night.
no, it's the monk. Ugh.
Politic.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that have to do with you? Or your master?
I don't know. Some kind of feud. But if the Dark Monk wants to fight to the death, then that is what
Then
will
you're
happen.
not gonna fight him to the death because that's stupid.
That is fairly dumb.
I mean,
Thank you. Again,
without being
because there's-
paladins, this is about as close of a fight between good and evil as you'll get. They are bad. We are
What?
not bad.
I
They
mean-
use monk things for evil. We mostly do not.
I mean, we could just put him back in jail.
Why don't we just
I-
get him arrested and put back in jail? If
That
it's
sounds
not-
like a reasonable thing to do.
Almost. Although
Because then they will execute him, probably.
my biggest concern would be that he would injure more guards. And by injure, I mean kill more guards.
I mean, are you planning on breaking him out again?
No, but
So I don't see a problem.
honestly, I don't know how he managed to not break out on his own before. I mean, you saw how he just, without flinching.
Yeah, he didn't care.
It took him. He's more skilled than I am.
So
in
we're not
that
let.
way. But
So we
I,
should not
am
let you go
stronger
off on
than
your
you.
own.
No, we shouldn't let him off on
You're
his
not
own
allowed
now.
to go off on your own.
well, no, I didn't say I had to go by myself.
Well,
If anyone wants to join me, they are free to do so.
so do you know what the debt is?
I don't, although the gnome was talking about how he was trying to revenge his murdered master, so obviously he assumes that one of my order did it.
It's funny he wouldn't just go after your master.
I mean, he's here and readily accessible, and does a very bad job of hiding.
That's very true. That's true. Okay, well, we're gonna deal with that. When do you have to deal with him?
Noon. We're
Yeah.
meeting at
So we're
the...
gonna deal with that later.
Yes.
Okay.
Relatively later.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so
No,
who's
he'll
he?
grab some more sausages.
Alright, so
So-
he
Yeah.
is... okay, so there's a group of them, they're pilgrimaging to Pitmarin, apparently.
Yes.
Why, there's no much there.
Marine is their master. They're going to wait for her to come back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one thing's having puppies. And then we'll stuff some sausages.
That's what the puppies... Oh,
Yeah, that's what the puppies is all about.
okay.
Their leader's
That makes
pregnant.
sense.
Molly is with them right now. So is Mars, actually. Mars got another shard.
Great.
And Molly was suggesting we ask Wallace here to use a divination spell on the blowpipe.
Did Mars ask you to do that?
Malia.
Oh, Melia? Yeah. She definitely said Melia. I was...
Yes. Well, yes. Yes, I should do all that I can to help.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Oh, how's the other one doing?
He's fine.
Uh,
He wants to mess you up.
So I can't necessarily look back in time, but I could try to find the owner or any person that you have.
Owner...
Owner would be great.
Now, I cast a mending on it. Is that going to interfere?
It may take a little longer.
Okay.
This
It was real messed up when we
this
found it.
will be a ritual, so it will take probably an hour, maybe a little longer. Do you have a space that I could work uninterrupted?
The bedroom, there's
That room,
that room.
I'll take. Oh, that room
that
sounds
room?
excellent.
Now, there you go.
And so does the sweet roll. And he'll wander off to do that. Now,
When you go back, let Buddha know that I will try to make time in my calendar, because apparently I'm a busy person with all my vendettas.
Yeah, you
And
have
I
a lot,
don't know about.
apparently you have a lot of people who want to mess you up, man.
It's
All
a skill,
right.
really.
and then we're going to transition back to this other scene on this one. So, sitting down there, Fera is going to be reading her book, and you wanted to have a conversation with her?
Just about what she's reading and maybe learn more about this Nyrn stuff that they know. That apparently I don't know yet. Yo, Fera,
Yeah?
what you reading?
It's kind of a cross between a history and a bestiary of dragons.
Who wrote it?
Something called a Dragonborn named... it's, hold on, I should flip to the front of the book. Tavin Ruthius.
Not someone you know.
No.
What does
Apparent.
it talk about?
Did you hear we found out about Nyrn?
Yes.
Did you hear what we found out about?
No.
The gems aren't... the gem... there are 3 eyes. How many eyes were in the statue?
But I remember seeing that.
There's only one. Well, I mean, there were 3 eyes, but only one of them was a gem.
The statue, it had 3 eyes, but only one was a gem.
There are 3 statues. 200-300 years ago, depending on the date and whether or not this book is right, a bunch of adventurers led by Pitmarin were given a quest by Vela. They locked Nyrn away, sealed her, get down in the earth, using those 3 gems. One is in Mog, another is across the water, and there's another one, I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. The best part about it all is we're going to go see Edagon.
Yeah.
He was one of the adventurers. If anybody knows how to fix that, get it out of you and make you...
Get it out of me, what? Huh?
I'm assuming. Well, think about it. Every other time we've encountered somebody that was changed by Nyrn or corrupted by Nyrn. They had the gem on them somewhere.
Then wouldn't I just have that feeling all the time?
Well, not if it was a part of you. Maybe it's on your butt. Is it anything rocky when you sit down? Maybe it's under your tail. Maybe it is your tail.
No, but
She'll eye your tail suspiciously.
hey, the wraps around myself. I mean, is whenever I come across another piece, like yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, it's sympathetic resonance. It's like when you ding a water glass with like a fork, and it makes that noise, and you can hear it echoing in other bits of crystal around it.
Interesting. Well, we still gotta get there, but we gotta get.
You're a shard detector.
Shard to shard. Okay. Cool.
Uh-huh.
Well, keep studying. Let me know if you find anything else cool, but we gotta get out of here first before we can even get to what's his name.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it can't get much worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. That's when the mountain.
Outside, almost on cue, you'll hear echo across the bridge. Up in the room, Wellis begins to work on his project, and you'll hear the elevator rise. A moment later,
I'll look to Tia to answer it.
Is the body... Were you carrying the... You just got the bundle of stuff? You didn't have, like, anything else with you?
Nope.
Okay,
does anybody
cool.
shut Wellis's door behind him?
Yeah.
Yes.
We let him close him away. I'm just making sure that there's nothing, like, super incriminating out here. And then I'll go answer the door.
The weapon?
It's being dealt
It's
with.
being examined, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You open the door and Kadim is waiting on the other side. The
Oh.
captain of the guard. Well,
Captain!
the apprentice anyway, the paladin.
Come on. Come on in. What can I help you with?
I will, as soon as she goes to the door, because I have no idea who it is. Does that sound like an authoritative knock? So as soon as she goes, I go to hide myself away somewhere.
Are your companions here?
It's just... So the only one who's visible is you now.
Yeah, I'm probably just sitting in the room with
Oh, good.
food.
Yeah.
You are all here.
We're not all here. Some of them are out exploring, investigating.
The Jarl requests your audience.
Immediately?
There's been a development. The Fast Cloud and Clay Winds wish to parley on the bridge.
I see. Okay.
As soon as you can, they'll be meeting shortly.
Like, how shortly?
For noon? You're not in the next game, so... You're busy having kung fu fights. So, an hour and a half?
I'll see if I can find them. But I'll be there.
Good. I'll be waiting for you.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know, I guess.
Thank you for standing by our side. And he'll go back into the elevator.
As soon as I hear the door close, I will come back out.
Shall we go get the others?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. How long is he gonna take?
At least
About
Go to
an
the
hour.
door.
About an hour.
Shit.
If you want, I can wait with him.
Yeah.
And then once he's done with the thing, I will go and talk to the Fast Cloud we know on this side, make sure there's nothing, they're not planning anything. Well, they can't talk to the other side, and they seem fairly innocent. But I'm going to tell them to stay out of it regardless. And then I will go and deal with that monk.
Well, why don't the two of you stay here while...
I don't know where the others are, so...
I do. I'll go get the others if you want to stay here with them.
Okay.
Because that way, when he's done, you'll know and you can go do your thing.
Yeah, I'll bring.
We'll do our thing.
I'll bring the pipe. If there's enough time after he's done beforehand, I don't know.
Alright, I'll go grab the others. And off to the warehouse of fun I go again. Or
Alright.
whatever it was called again.
Barrels of fun.
Barrels of fun. Off to Barrels of Fun I go.
So, as you were talking about things and that Xena will arrive.
We gotta go.
Okay.
There's a situation developing on the bridge. The Fast Cloud and the Clay Winds want to parlay on the bridge.
Parlay.
Yeah. So the Jarl has requested an audience with us as soon as possible.
Interesting.
Very.
They're all coming together in one spot.
Yeah. So Tia and
Do you think they'll all
Jassin.
be on one bridge? And the bridges?
So Tia and Jassin are back at the room. They're doing the.
Wait,
they
you
have.
didn't come at all?
What?
You didn't come?
No, I stay behind with them at the
At the
hotel with the people.
And what was dog guy's name again? Weston.
Wasn't.
Weston. Weston's doing the divination spell on the
It was
blowpipe.
Wellis.
Wellis is doing the divination spell on the blowpipe right now. By the time we get back to the hotel room, he should be done. So,
Okay.
who wants
So-
to rock and roll?
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
where's the birth at?
You've got a little bit of time still.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably another day or so. You'd think. She's not going into labor yet, that's for sure.
Sorry. When you were going back, just to be clear, I would made you carry on, take the bundle.
Alright, so he comes back with a load of stuff. Okay, so you're not going to go meet with the Jarl as requested?
Not yet.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. But I was waiting for the others. We were gonna go together.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was staying behind in the hotel room. He's going to get them and coming back, and then we're
Okay.
going.
Alright, so why don't we just advance time?
Yeah.
You return with them. And I guess Fera would have to go as well, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
You grab Fera and... Wellis pauses in his ritual enough to wipe the sweat from his brow. There's some confounded magic here. This will take a bit longer.
Don't have time.
If I stop now, I could ruin everything and taint future scrying. Just go, I'll be fine. This is a protected domain.
It's true, no one knows he's here.
It's that little gnome freak.
Besides,
How does the gnome know he's here?
Well, the
No,
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 knows
but-
got in.
Spirit of
my elvish friend here will stay and protect me.
Yeah. If you're here protecting him, then
I will stay
perhaps.
as long as I can.
Yes, exactly.
He'll know. I'm
He's
sure
got-
he's working with the spiders, if no one else. I fear that if I stay too long, he will go to search me out amongst you guys on the bridge. And that could make everything worse.
Well, I'm sure everything is going to be tense, regardless.
Yes.
So, what's one more crazy maniac on top of all this?
Well,
Just another exciting adventure.
get to the meeting. Keep things from escalating.
I'll do what I
And,
can.
I mean, good luck.
Something like that.
Alright, so you make your way toward the meeting, and so it's 10:25. I've got about 10 more minutes in this. Can you guys handle that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know it's a little late, but we had to do a lot tonight, and
We
there was
did.
a lot of really good roleplay.
It's true.
So, just a moment while I cue up the right song.
Oh.
And Ryan, thanks for being a bro, because I know you can't make it next session because of work.
No problem. This works well.
I was hoping. I figured the duel would be enough, but
Jassin would totally offer you a hug as you guys are heading out the door.
Tia will roll her eyes and accept the hug. Don't lose that. She'll point at your bracelet.
you make your way to the bridge. Waiting in front of it, you can see the Jarl standing in shined armor.
How tall was she again?
She's 4'8".
Okay.
You little one.
Her sword hanging at her side, dressed in full full regalia. Birds call overhead. The shopkeepers have abandoned their wares entirely. Good. You made it. The clay winds and fast cloud wish to parley.
And that means parlay, not duel.
I won't lower the barrier unless it's necessary. But I appreciate you coming and showing support for the righteous cause. Sisters, friends, we will stand together on Dogrun Bridge and show these evil bastards our courage and our blood do not run.
How long do we have before the meeting at this point?
Not long at all.
So...
Not enough time to like go and try to kidnap some guy where you don't know.
No, not that, no.
Okay.
Just... Things seem kind of complicated.
Life often is.
We found some stuff that makes this all seem very suspect. But you probably already had some inkling.
That this was probably all a long-standing plan.
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah. Just...
Then you know why we must stand together.
Of course. But if there's innocence on both sides, I would hope that we can find a peaceable agreement.
Sure,
Hope that
look
you
a lot better.
intend to go that avenue.
Let's go see what they have to say for us.
Of course.
All right, men, roll out! And she will lead her troop of about 30 guards to the bridge. And you'll see on the other end a slightly larger force. About 20 of Claywin's troops, number of Fast Cloud halflings, and a few other miscellaneous warriors, mercenary sellswords decked in, and a wagon, of all things, trailing behind, pulled by a donkey. As you approach the center of the bridge, this giant monument, it shimmers with an incandescent blue light. As the dust from the bridge kicks up and collides with it, you can see it buffeted away as the bridge's barrier crackles. A tall, elven man with dark hair, braided in front of his ears and behind, approaches wearing gleaming, freshly shined plate mail. He approaches the bridge barrier, and the Jarl approaches as well. Walk with me, friends. Walk with me.
Yeah.
And she will approach and look up at the half-elf in front. You can see, you recognize this man. Elfior. You remember him from the battle that changed your life, as he led the battalion that struck into the heart of the Iron Shield Company and shattered it forever. Wind whips over the bridge.
What was his hair?
It's kind of a dark, chestnut.
Okay. Just gonna change that.
What was it, blonde?
Blonde, yeah.
No,
I think that's better because
yeah.
it means it can differentiate.
He looks somewhat unsettled. Well met, Jarl. I speak on behalf of the Fast Cloud. They wish me to parley on their behalf as a neutral third party. Ha! Neutral. As neutral as the fire that burns the meat. And and stokes the flames. Yes. Neutral. We wish a cessation to this conflict. This is foolhardy. Recent events have come to light that make us request your aid. My aid. Our aid. Next, I suspect you'll want our hospitality. You want to come and sleep on our beds, eat our food, relax. I think not. You will surrender and lay down your arms, and you will be tried fairly, in accordance with the rules of Dogrun Bridge. I don't think you're understanding. We don't have enough time for that. I request humbly, as a vassal of House Claywin, that you lower the barrier and allow us passage. And why would I do that? Bring the wagon, Aelfior says, shouting over his ear. The wagon slowly inches forward, creaking with every motion. On the back, it looks like the type of cart that they transport inmates in. Thick iron bars, no, not inmates, animals. It's covered by a length of canvas, but from outside you can hear the sound of teeth on bone. And you can smell blood even through the barrier. The cart slowly turns, the donkey that pulling it, disturbed and shaky, its elbows and knees quiver. Aelfior walks over, reaches, first with his hand and then flinches back, and then offers his hand to one of his men, who hands him a spear. He stands far back and pulls the cloth off. And inside of the cage, can I get all of you to make me just a nature roll, please?
16.
16?
10.
Okay. You can have advantage as a ranger.
16.
Okay, what'd you get? 14?
1.
Okay, so the 10. So all of you will recognize immediately as it's pulled away. You'll see the spotted muzzle and feral grin, and as it pulls back and these wide bloodshot eyes lock on each of you individually, you'll hear that noise. It's a gnoll. Hyena man. It's been strapped down. Throat lashed to the cart, but the rest of its body, you can see the other lashes have broke free. Frothing at the mouth in feral hunger, the gnoll has consumed itself down to the torso. Bones and strips of flesh, all that connect its arms and legs to it. And even those, just bits of sinew that its teeth couldn't reach. Flies buzz around, and as it laughs, it'll snap at the flies and look at you with hunger as the blood froths around its lips. One of our scouts caught this one yesterday. There are more of them incoming, headed towards Dogrun. Well, it's lucky that you have so many soldiers with you. Obviously, you could take that one down. A few more gnolls shouldn't cause you a problem. There are 20 of you. How many gnolls? 10? 20? 30? Alfior, looking paler than you've ever seen an elf look. The color drains from his face slowly. The scouting estimate says 500. And we're going to call game there. Alright, so thank you very much for tuning in to Generic Fantasy setting number 17735. I hope you guys are enjoying what's going to come. Because I've reinvented gnolls a bit, and I think you're going to like them. And by that I mean you're going to hate them.
Oh, wow.
Also, congratulations, you hit level 6.
Yay!
So if you have a minute to level up real quick, you can do that, or we can do it before next time. But thank you so much for tuning in. We will be seeing you next Wednesday for Hunter the Vigil, and Friday for Star Trek. And then on Saturday, July 6th,
Yes.
you need to come to Phenomicon in the West Shore on Vancouver Island. Come see us do D&D live. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be weirder than ever before, and we're hopefully going to film it. So yeah, I hope you like where the Dogrun Bridge saga is leading. It's going to be freaking big.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's going to be it. Have a great night, guys. Peace out, dorks.